Welcome in all. Happy Monday. How are we doing? Good to see you guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Hello, hello. Simply, what's up, Momo? Courtney, Hollywood, Bama. Oh my God, kills here. Everybody scatter. The weekly challenge. Well, unfortunately, I don't think I can do it tonight. Unfortunately, I don't think we can. From what I've been told, it's kind of busted right now. So we're not going to be able to do it. Not today. We'll just have to wait until the update. So it's all good. It is all good. But hello, friends. Good to see you all. Hold on. I need this fan to blow at me. There we go. There we go. Good to see you all. Hello, friends. Goddess, thank you for the 4 months. Percy, thank you for the 35. Good God. Catbird, thank you for the 5 months. Super. Supernatural Stitch, thank you for the year, dude. Thank you guys for the follows. Macy, thank you for the 7. We're going to go over all the Phasmo stuff. You see balloons. What could they be for? Macy, thank you for the 7 months. Ivory, thank you for the 10. Yeah. Drops is ending. Yes. It might be ending sooner than I thought. Yeah. I thought it was going to be later. They might only be lasting for another like 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. If you haven't gotten it yet, we always try to, God damn it. We just started. I always try to promote it as much as I possibly can. Mr. 420, we literally just started. Scrambled eggs, pepper jack, cheese for dinner tonight. Nice. I can tell my coffee's getting cold because the mug is no longer colorful. Got the shirt. Nice. I'll explain all this. We'll go over the Phasmo stuff. They made a post today that we've been waiting for. They made that today. We'll go over all the things. We'll do all the things. Your puppy's messing with the mouse? Well, stop using your mouse on the floor, goofball. Love the coffee. I also love the coffee. No more drops after this one ends for now until the next time that they announce. Yeah. Before I was just a pee. Cousin Tony. Oh, on the bed. Oh, okay. We'll tell the dog to knock it off. Flu gosh, thank you for the 3 months. Thank y'all for the follows. Appreciate the freaking hype train, friends. I hope you guys had a good freaking weekend. Hope it was good. Heads up. Outside of the Alan Wake stuff, is that a gosh dang? Is that a turtle emote? Or a fish? Or a frog? What the hell is that? Georgie March? Sorry, I'm looking at the emote unlocks that happened with the hype train. What the hell is that? Level 3 is Servalbop, which is a cat. Level 4 is Emu Load. I don't know how I feel about that name. That's a little sus. That's a little weird. They added new ones. Oh, okay. Will you be streaming tomorrow since tomorrow's the update? That is my plan. My plan is to do the morning. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Wildfire, thank you for the 6 months. Big Dog, thank you for the 7. All these resubs, dude. Holy shit. Tariel, thank you for the 17. Syed, thank you for the 2 months. Yeah. It looks like a frog. I think it's a frog too. I think so. I'm not 100% on it, but I don't know. It's squirming along. So it could be. Hey, what's up, Blade? Hockey, how are you, friend? Yeah, so I have stuff and things behind me. Well, listen, before tomorrow, I need to do some investigative work. I need to go look up Alan Wake stuff because I really don't know much about the world. I don't care if you're upset. This is not my playlist, and you're going to leave. Where's our song? This is our song. This is our jam right here. There it is. There we go. What's up, Vampy? How are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. Oh my goodness gracious. As you can see, there's balloons behind me, and there's a reason for it. Because we are doing our St. Jude campaign, And with said St. Jude campaign, I told you what I had in mind. I just got sick and I didn't have the opportunity to do it. So it's there now. When we reach certain milestones, I've only added the next couple. When we reach certain milestones through our St. Jude campaign, I will spin a wheel. Said wheel is right there. It's right here. Whatever color it lands on, that's the color of a balloon I have to pop. Now, the thing of it is, I don't know what is in, like, I know what was on the list of things to do. I don't know what is in each balloon. It's 100% random, so I don't know. So whatever color we get, whatever balloon I pick, it could be anything from a merch giveaway to me doing the last dab hot sauce that's up there to an egg roulette. There's a bunch of stuff. Who did the balloons? Me. I did it all. No, like I did it. I blew up the balloons, but I was sitting there having a powwow with Miss Phoenix. I was having a powwow with Phoenix earlier. Literally, I blew up the balloons right before stream. No, Phoenix, they helped me come up with a list. So I was just trying to brainstorm, and I was like, there's like Mare and Phoenix, and like they have such good brains. I'm like, I need to pick brains because I've got ideas, but I'm like, I need someone else that has better ideas. You know what's in the balloons, but not which balloons the things are in. That is correct. So it doesn't matter. I can't pick one that would be easier on me because I don't know. I have no clue. Is the hot dog or the granny costume in any of the balloons? I mean, there's a possibility that chat gets to choose my cosplay in one of the balloons, so it could be. What's up, Cheese? How are you? But yeah, so milestone wise, I believe I've said it right now. So when we reach 7,000 raised, that's the next pop a balloon, and then 8, and then 9, and then at 10, when we reach 10K, I'm going to add a 12-hour stream to our list of to-dos. What color balloon is Flash becomes a DBD main? I think it's the orange one, Kill. There are no orange ones. Those are so much fun to watch. They can be. All right. Let's go over the Phasmo informations. How's that sound? Let's do that first. I'm not doing the weekly today because I can't. I literally can't because apparently you can't complete it. So that's a waste of our time. We're not going to do that. We'll play a little bit of Phaz and then we might switch it up. And then tomorrow is the Alan Wake update. Have you seen the patch? I have, and I'm going to bring them up on screen and we're going to talk about them. Yeah, and then we're going to talk about them. Divno, thank you for the biddies. Welcome in, friend. A lot of notes. Many few couples. I have a strong feeling that the drop ends very, very soon. And if it does, can somebody please let me know? So that way, what the hell? So that way I can remove drops from my title. I don't want it to be misleading. Why can't you complete the weekly? From what I've heard, it doesn't matter if you pick the correct ghost. It doesn't count. So I think it's busted. 4 minutes, I think. Okay. You completed the weekly fine today. Like, should I wait just to be safe? Because I have another friend, if not multiple friends, who said they were having issues. Could try one round. Yeah, but I don't want to go for it unless I know 100% we're going for it. Yeah. You did the weekly and got it done too? Okay. Are drops off? I don't know. They might be off in the next couple minutes. The only issue was not restricted. Yeah. I might wait anyway. I might wait it out anyway. Because I've got the next couple days. What do you recommend for leveling up fast? Getting better at the game. The better you get at the game, the quicker you're going to level. Do it for science? No, but that's the issue. If I do it for science, then I've already completed one. Then it's ruined. So I might just wait. Probably best to let them fit. Right. And not to mention, I can do the weekly once they fixed all the little animation things rather than doing it now. Ruined. That's right. Do you think they may change the weekly because of tomorrow's Alan Wake update? I sure as hell hope not. I sure as hell hope not. But I don't think they would, because, well, I don't know. I don't know now. That does make me question things and stuff, and also stuff and things. I don't know. All right, let me get going over here and then we'll be ready to rock. Okay. Let's see. Okay. We'll do that. That looks good. That looks good. Sorry, the song does eventually start. What is in the update? A bunch of fixes. We're going to go over them. Yeah, we're going to go over them live, like basically now. As much as they've shown us, there's nothing I can do beyond that. So whatever else they add, and then we'll see it tomorrow. But for now, what I'll do is I will go to the Kinetic site and we'll go to the page that has all the stuff. And we'll pull this up on screen and we'll have ourselves a little chat. Yeah. What is for Alan Wake update? I can't help you. I don't know. No, we don't. We just know that it's a one-time event that's lasting till like June 2nd or something like that. Beyond that, I don't know. We haven't been given any information, which I don't mind. I don't mind being left in the dark about that. Honestly, the idea of it being a surprise, I'm kind of cool with. No more. Thank you, Mayor. All right, let me remove that from the title. And then I'll make sure the tag is removed. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hey, Cosmic, how are you? Pink Singer, welcome in. What's up, Adam? How we doing, friends? Have a good mother. We did. Very chill. Very chill. Okay. We've got stuff to look at, friends. Oh boy, do we. You don't get early access for the new update tomorrow? No. Nope, it's coming out the same time for everybody. So it'll be out, I guess, at 7 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. I don't know if that has been talked about and I didn't see it, but yeah. Hope they fixed the crucifix recording glitch. It wasn't on the list, so fingers crossed. Yeah, there's a few things that weren't on the list. Yeah, kind of like we think our feet might be backwards. So I don't know if that's getting fixed or addressed. But we'll go over it, man. So if you have been absent from the Phasmo world, if you haven't seen the latest update that came out whenever they were doing the player character update, it was a bit of a mess. The animations were sloppy for a lot of them. Some were cool, but for the most part, this was just a huge drop of the ball. There was a lot of stuff that just was not clean. A lot of things looked like they were just kind of passed over and they never really, I don't know. It almost seems like they didn't spend a lot of time on it, or they just let it go way too early. So rather than letting it cook for as long as they needed to, they were like, hey, we got to get this out the door because we have Alan Wake coming in a week, is what it feels like. I don't know for sure. They didn't come out and say that. But they did address this finally, which I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for Kinetic to come out and say, hey, oops. So this is a way better version of oops. Thank goodness. Thank goodness they addressed it. I will say this, though. There are going to be people that are pissed off no matter what. Whether, yes, obviously they did what they did. It is what it is. People are going to get pissed off that they are addressing it. There are people that would get pissed off if they didn't address it. If they apologize, if they didn't apologize, if they fixed it, if they didn't fix it. There are going to be people out there that are just like, I'm done. And they are looking for a reason to be pissed off. Let them be. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. But you know, I'm not saying that their feelings are not valid, that they feel like the trust is kind of gone because they were expecting so much more and they got such a, what feels like such a small update. We don't mention CJ's deleted, get used to it. But yeah. And stuff like that makes it a little rough. Yeah. Friggin' Vogler. What's up, friend? How are you? My fake anger is off the charts. No, like I've said this 100 times, man. I understand why people felt the way that they did because this was a huge letdown. But I think I was hanging out with Leona's stream earlier and they made a very good comment. And I would agree that I don't think something like this is going to happen again. Based on what happened here, and it was like, you can't just put this by the community. The community came together and said, this sucks, fix it. And they basically said, oh, shit, and then hopped on it. It should never have come to this point, but it did, and we're here. So let's go over it. Welcome back, Ghost Hunters. We want to start today by apologizing for our player character update that launched last week. Now, I don't know if I've ever seen a time where they had to apologize for something, but they did. So that is great. Acknowledgement. Awesome. It's clear that we missed the mark on this and it didn't deliver on our promises to you. Let me turn this down just a skosh. There we go. Your feedback and your reviews were justified. Our team has grown significantly over the last year, and with that comes a higher standard that in this case we failed to meet. I don't think anybody is going to disagree with this statement. There was a very high standard for the game because of how much time has been put into the game, how much money has been put into their staff, and everything involved with the game. Everybody expected more. This is the top tier of ghost hunting games. You expect more. So when you get an update like that, it's like, what the hell just happened? So they acknowledge it, which is great. Tomorrow, May 12th, our next update for Phasmophobia will bring with it many fixes, iterations, and changes to the game that bring things in line with our vision for this update. While we know improvements can still be made, we believe this will provide a much better experience for everyone playing Phas. Awesome. It's like, I don't know what happened, why there was like a week of time where it's like, we needed that extra week to cook this so that we can really get it out there and get it the way we wanted to. But they're taking all of the things that you guys have said, all the things that we have said, and we're like, this is wrong. This is messed up. That is strange. This is weird. People are getting motion sick. Why am I seeing my headlamp every time I jump up and jump down, whatever? So they're fixing it. They're working on it. Miss Phoenix, thank you for the 10 months. Jimbo, thank you for the year, dude. Prince, thank you for the 3-month prime. Macy, thank you for the dono to St. Jude. Thank you so much. I agree with your perspective of it. Don't like something. If you don't like something, tell them what you don't like, because that tells them more on what we're unhappy with and how we'd like to see the change. Correct. Constructive criticism. It's necessary. If it's just criticism, they're just going to ignore. But if it's, I don't like this because, and then a lot of people are jumping on that and saying, oh, I also don't like it because, then there's a higher chance that they're going to be like, okay, well, obviously everybody hates this, so we should probably fix it. Yeah. Being an ass and just saying, this sucks, I'll like it. Cool. Anyway, besides the point. So a lot of people have been giving a lot of constructive criticism, which has been awesome. Over the past week, we've read feedback from across the entire community. The frustration and disappointment has been clear. Below is a look at the patch notes with changes and fixes built on that feedback that will go live with tomorrow's update. So I don't know if I'm necessarily going to go through all of this. The reason I say that is there's a lot. There's a lot to be had here. I think what we'll do is we'll focus on the mains here, on the big things. If you want to read this, if you go to the Kinetic website, it is the last thing on their news page, the last thing that they posted. So if you want to see it, there it is. I'm excited for the update too. I am. I'm really excited to see what they are doing with Alan Wake because we don't know anything about it. So that's pretty freaking cool. Mommy, thank you for the prime, man. Yeah, super excited. Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, there you go. Mayor just posted the link in chat. Yeah, Black Knight, hello. So new, added a 5-second delay after you die to allow you to select a ghost in the journal. That was an issue that we've been having because whenever somebody dies, you don't have enough time to select the ghost. So that's nice. That's nice. I mean, you're dying anyway, so it's not really the end of the world. Yes, you might get the wrong ghost, but you're dead. It's not the end of the world. But that's still nice though. It allows you time. But also another thing with this though, the great part about this is if you're doing like the weekly, because you can die in the weekly and still get your 3 investigations done. But with the way that it was right now before the update, you couldn't select a ghost after you die. Changes. The salt will now get instantly placed at the start of the animation instead of the end. That animation was so freaking long and it's just awkward, and they're fixing it. That's great. Here's the before and after of the tier 3 video camera. That one's night and day. That's a great change, because right now you just stick that monitor straight in your face. This one, it is off to the right. So now you can actually see what's in front of you with your reticle, so you can pick crap up. Wonderful. This one, I don't know how I feel, because I feel like there is barely a change. So with this one, it feels like, yes, your hand is a little less broken, but like, I'm just like even thinking like, okay, if I'm going to look at my watch like that, am I like this? Am I doing that guy? It's like less I don't know. I feel like the hand itself should be more like up. The hand itself should be more up like this. Because if I'm going to go like that, I'm going to go like this and look at it like this. I'm not going to go like this. Yeah. But it's better though. It is an improvement. I'll give it that. The difference between needing cast for 6 weeks and needing some bandaging. Macy, thank you for the gifted Tepafina. Thank you. So, okay, it's a little better. Nice. Tier 3 sanity medication animation will no longer play in multiplayer. The tier 1 igniter is now open, so you can see them. So the match box was literally closed. You had no idea how many matches you had left. They fixed that. That was I know at least one of the partners brought that up, so that's really nice. Removed the inventory swapping animation to allow for instant swapping of held equipment. Possibly the biggest and best change of the entire thing. This was a pain in the ass. This was not necessary. This was annoying. Everybody hated it. Absolutely hated it. So they are removing it. Now when you switch your items, it is instant. As soon as you switch, it goes right to the next thing. No animation anymore. Thank God. Do you think they'll fix the massive lag in this update? If you've been having any issues on like console especially, I don't know. I hope so. I sure hope so. Because if you're lagging or if you're disconnecting, you can't play the game, right? So that's annoying. Another thing that I want to with the watch, like right now we have no, if you have something in your hand, you can't look at your watch. Like that's annoying. There should be a separate keybind to allow you to look at the watch anytime you want to. Even when holding a flashlight, like you should have the ability to pull up your damn hand and look at your watch. Yeah. So again, suggestions. We'll just keep making them. The watch needs a calculator. Oh, how sick would that be? Oh, kill. I'd love it. Yeah, I know you can look at the watch with the book. I know, but still, that's not very intuitive. It's not like, oh, let me check my watch. Pulls journal out. That's, yeah. No, that could be improved for sure. I'm confused on what the reason for the watch, I'm confused on what the reason of the watch is for. So the watch is there for multiple things. It is there to show you a timer for when you open the front door, so you can use it as a smudge timer. And then it has a microphone to let you know if you're open mic talking or not. And then the colored ring that is around it is showing your sanity. Now, I do wish there was an easier way to tell a little more precisely what your sanity is. I almost had this idea, like, what if you're snapping at me. Josephine, Joe, get out of here. I thought she was snapping at me. She was snapping at Joe. I almost want to create like an overlay, just a real quick one that shows precisely by percent, like how, like on each part of the watch, like how much you have. That'd be kind of cool. I wish we had the one hand back. I understand why, because it's a flashlight, but it takes up so much of the screen. What happened to putting it on the shoulder? I don't know. I don't know. I guess they thought maybe having the left and right hand was a nice touch. I don't know. But again, just keep giving feedback. Just keep letting them know. No, I didn't think I was in trouble. I thought she needed me. I assumed she didn't need me when she didn't hit me with a bean. That's how I knew that I wasn't needed. Yeah. So we'll see what they do, man. Prestige cosmetics are now free after they are unlocked based on the prestige level. Nice. Character fixes. I'm a little interested in this one. Just a little bit. Just a touch. Fixed an issue that caused the heads of character models to look incorrect when the player looks up and down. So this is what it was before, which was kind of funny. We all thought it was pretty damn funny. That the player's head would just be absolutely broken looking up or looking down. But if you notice the difference between the left and the right before and after, I'm curious, like if the player on the left is looking straight up in the air, looking at the ceiling, right? Is the player on the right doing the same thing? It's just that as a third person, you can only see them looking up a certain amount. So their flashlight for you is looking over there, but really it's looking up there. So we'll see. We'll see. I guess we'll see after tomorrow. I don't know. Where do you find this? Mayor just posted it in chat. Yeah. I don't know, JC. We'll see. I'm not sure. Are they going to fix the floating clipboard? I don't know what the floating clipboard is. Yeah. What else is a big thing about this? I don't want to go through the entire thing right now. I just wanted to go over the big stuff that was really, really important. This is a silly change. Fixed an issue that caused character models' mouths to be open when the player moves to the right. I thought that our mouths are supposed to move and they've just been broken. I still don't know if they're supposed to move or not. Not sure. Unknown. TBD. Ghost fixes. Ooh, here's a really important one that we brought up to them that I think was a very recent change because we said something about it 100 times over. Fixed an issue where ghosts in the Grafton farmhouse attic would wander too often outside their room. Macy, thank you for the dono. Luca, what the fuck? Luca, $500 donation to St. Jude. It's filled with light. I'm good, friend. How are you? You die to see the other person's floated. Oh, they probably, I assume they're working on it. I can assume. Luca. My God. Well, that's our first balloon pop that's going to happen after this. I don't know. Shit. Do I even have anything to pop it? I mean, I have a pair of like kid scissors in here. I think I could try. We'll give that a whirl and see what happens. The watch should be in the store and have tears. That's what a few people have said. Yeah, I've heard a few people say that. Yeah. Yeah, they want the balloon to pop. Yeah. So we'll get to it. We'll get, as soon as we're done reading this, we'll do it. God, I pray it's not like the last dab or some shit. Hi, caramba. What else? Doors to move in correctly with the tarot cards. Blah, that's, yeah. Bleasdale opening correctly. It's fine. Sunny Meadows is getting fixed. That was a problem. Sunny Meadows restricted is basically full Sunny Meadows right now. That's getting fixed. There is a massive list here of things that are getting fixed. A massive list. So again, if you want to see it, it is, Mayor's been posting it in chat. Thank you, Mayor. But also it is on the Kinetic website. So if you go to kineticgames.co.uk, you can go to the news page and you can find it. It is there. If you want to go through this, through all the details, okay? There's a lot here. We've gone through a lot of this before. I don't want to go through the whole thing right now. But there is a part of this that I do want to go through. There is something. While tomorrow's update for Phasmophobia contains more than just these fixes and changes, it was important for us to share these with you to see what we've been working on while feedback has been coming in. We've reviewed our roadmap, and while we'll provide an update on this later, we have made the decision to release a second player character update with additional content and changes that will include additional cosmetic options to allow you to further personalize your characters, improved character animations aimed at quality and speeding up the gameplay, adding the legacy badge customization, interesting, to the shop customization screen, improving equipment usability and speed, various quality of life improvements to the player character and overall gameplay, many other features, fixes, and improvements. So there is a second part to the character update that is coming, I guess, a lot sooner than we expected. Interesting. I really don't like that the girl skins are so bulky and manly built. They need to redo, in my opinion, Mermaid, they need to redo the models. Yeah, I think a lot of people agree that the models are looking a bit sloppy. What is the legacy badge? The legacy badge is a badge that you could create if you were, if you played the game before they added the prestige system. Yeah. So if you played before they added the prestige stuff, you have a legacy badge. And it's on a plaque. Well, you can't really see mine because well, I mean, it's right there. But in the game, there's a plaque in the lobby. But you also have it on your arm. Like, so the player has it on their arm. I feel like the models are a downgrade. The old ones look better. The new ones just look rough. Yeah, they look rough. Hopefully they fix it, man. I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see what happens. As of right now, all we know is that all of these fixes are to come tomorrow alongside the Alan Wake update. I'm excited for the Alan Wake update. I can't wait to see what it's about. But yeah, what time tomorrow? Maybe 7 a.m. Eastern. I don't know. I still need a full answer on that. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Hey, CG, what's up, friend? All right. All right. Sugar Chef, thank you for the 15 months. Nova, thank you for the 10. All right. Got to spin the wheel. Yours would have the number you have on the plaque in your lob. Correct. That is correct. You can see it behind the wheel. Like I have a physical version of it. Yeah. All right. So this is the way that it's going to work. I'm going to spin the wheel. Whatever color it lands on, I pop one of the balloons of the said color. Back behind me are said balloons. I have no idea which one has which one. All I know what is in all of the balloons, but I don't know which one has which one. So it's not like I can choose a color to make it easier on myself or something. Can't do it. Relentless, thank you for the biddies. Oh shit, it's a golden kappa. All right. Let's spin the wheel and do it. Let's go. Crow, thank you for the biddies, friend. Sci-Fi, thank you for the 2-month prime. Purple, thank you for the 6. All right. Here we go. Pink. All right. We got pink. So we have a couple of choices here. You guys can even help me. We've got one right here. I've got one down there. I've got 3 pinks. I've got that guy, it's behind the green, and then this guy. This one doesn't count. That doesn't count. That's Pam's balloon. We don't touch Pam's balloon. That's hers. We don't touch it. That's hers. Drifter, thank you for the subs, friendo. Mr. 420, thank you for the biddies. Behind the green? You guys like behind the green? Pick number 3, my lord. Behind the green. All right, we can do that. I think this is the closest thing I have to popping it. I could probably get something sharper. But I think I should try to use Izzy's kid scissors to try to pop it. You have keys? I mean, not with me. I have tools in the other room if I have to. If I have a pen. Hold on. No. I have a groan tube. Would that work? No? All right. All right, one down. It works. It works perfectly fine. Yeah, more than sharp enough. All right. Spicy Bean Boozled. Oh, yay. Why does he have a groan tube? Do you not have a groan tube? Let's talk about who the weird one is here. Spicy Bean Boozled. Yippee skippy. Yay. Did I say yay? That's not what I meant. Oh, groovy. Thank you guys so much thank you guys so freaking much for all the biddies and the subs. I appreciate you. If you've never seen a golden kappa before, if you donate 100 bits or more, Too much. Break, that was too much, friend. Thank you for the biddies. The look of judgment. You're stealing that joke. Okay. Let me spin this. Now I have another wheel to spin because it's the spicy bean wheel. Yeah. So 100 bits or more or a sub. 100 bits or more or a sub, and you get a golden Kappa emote for 24 hours. Gonna be honest. You got me good, Apocrypha. That was close. I was like, no, it's not technical difficulty. It was blurb. It was blurb. I had things disconnecting on me earlier, which made me think that it was me. All right, let's spin this. All right, can I show you this? Yeah, I can show you. Hold on. So I got Cayenne. Jason, thank you for the biddies. Holy shit. Brasilia, thank you for the sub. Callie, Luca, Phoenix, thank you guys so much. Also, Fish, thank you for the dono to St. Jude, friendo. Thank you. Oh my God. All right, I got it. This is so dangerous. If I grab the wrong bean, then my night is done. It's so they're so similar. It's gross. Is it you? Oh no. Oh no. How do we get balloon pops? St. Jude, friend. So for right now, if we reach $8,000 raised for St. Jude, I pop another one. And if we raise 9,000, I pop another one. And then at 10,000, we unlock a 12-hour stream. Not today, but at some point soon. And then I'll add more balloon pops. I just added the first couple. Okay, I think this is it. I either found the right one or I didn't. I mean, either way, it's going to suck, but it's going to be really bad or it's going to be kind of okay. Every 1,000 for right now, yeah. It's so instant. Oh, thank you for the biddies, friends. Let's go ahead and open up Phasmo. We'll do a few games. We might stay on it. I don't know. I feel it here. I feel it like already up here. I'm a real big wimp with spicy food. I don't know. My body just doesn't like it. I'm pretty sure that was not the Reaper. If that's Reaper, then okay, I'm doing better than I thought. I don't think so. It's stuck in my teeth. All right, so that's one balloon down. One balloon down. It's not even hitting my sinuses. It's just living. It's living right here. It's just living here. It's not going here. It's just sitting here. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. You love spicy food? You know, I've learned to enjoy some spicy food. I really have. But when it's so hot that it makes you miserable, how the hell can you enjoy that? How are the beans? Awful. Not good. Not great. Not good. Zig, thank you so much for the gifted to VJ. Thank you so much. Oh my God. So yeah, as of right now, basically, long story short, if we every $1,000 raised for St. Jude, I'll pop another balloon that could have all different sorts of stuff inside of it. Whew. Every food must be enjoyed. That's what I'm saying. So this is the plaque we're talking about. I have coffee, which does help. The taste just dances on your palate. This is not dancing. This is literally like hitting with a blowtorch. Hi, Carrie. Hi, friend. How was Alan Wake? How's it been going? You love licorice beans? Ugh. Not me. I joined a lobby with someone a few days ago that was Prestige 2K. Clearly, oh, yeah. I would say probably a hacker. Hi, Dorito. Oh, another thing that I have in the balloons too. Another thing I have in there is for us to have a Tangia stream. So do you guys know what Tangia is? Man, that's so goddamn hot. No. Think of it as another way to interact with the stream. Yeah, I've never used it before, out of fear from chaos. So I figure if we pop that balloon, I'll add it, and it has TTS and all kinds of stuff. Hi, Dorito. I'm good, friend. How are you? Blurp, but with gifts and stuff. Oh yeah, you can do all kinds of overlay things. Oh yeah. I love annoying my friend with that. Like Dixper, yeah, but it works. Like Dixper, but it works. Kind of, yeah. Oh my God. Ay, caramba. Marsha, thank you for the biddies. Sunflower, thank you for the 32 months. Nora, thank you for the biddies. Emily, thank you so much. I also think black licorice is disgusting. I would have to agree. Kev, thank you for the dono to St. Jude. Thank you so much. Oh, I also added back in, now that I'm not sick anymore, I added back in the option to pick me having to eat a bean boozled bean if you, I think it's $25 or more for St. Jude. And if you donate, what did I put that as? Did I put that as 5? Did I put that in there correctly? I should have. It really doesn't matter, but I want to make sure the people that have been picking it. Holy light mode. Black licorice is nasty. I would agree. Let's see. Did I? Okay, no, $25 or more for St. Jude, and your name, you get the donor role inside of Discord. The drop is still available, correct? No, the drop is not available anymore. No. He's gone. Thank you guys so much for the hype train, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Is there any specific reason for St. Jude or just a random pick for a dono? No, I have friends that have family and kiddos that have gone through St. Jude. So when I first started wanting to get into trying to raise money for charity, that's when I started to look into St. Jude, and I just loved everything about it. So I started raising money for them for an entire month for my stream, and I've done it for the past like 4 years, I think. Yeah, I love them, man. They're so great. I love them. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your freaking golden kappas. Enjoy your golden kappas. Do I do pro? I kind of want to do pro. Like, I would do the weekly, but I think I'm going to save it until they fix the stuff. Oh, that made it feel worse. I'm sweating now. That's great. What does the charity do? So if you've never heard of St. Jude before, they're an amazing charity that focuses St. Jude's Children's Hospital. There's a very heavy focus on cancer research. No, I did not dab. Did the weekly wasn't bad, actually. I want to do it, but at the same time, I'm like, because somebody said something like, well, what if they add a weekly that has to do with Alan Wake? I'm like, shit. That's a really good point. So maybe we just do it. Because what I don't want to do is I have not missed a single weekly ever since they released. I have not missed one. You do look like you have a healthy red hue about you. That's pretty warm. What is the coming soon tab when customizing your ID badge? I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm not really sure. No clue. Just do it. I think we'll just do it. I say we try. If I can do it, we'll go through it. If I try one and it doesn't work, then whatever, and it's fine. Break of daylight. What does that say? I hope you get all the good flavors. Oh, you get the hell out of here. Wait, why is that not limited? That is supposed to be limited to 1, ma'am. You listen here. Oh, shit. Do you like Pro, Nightmare, and Insanity the most? I like Nightmare. Nightmare is my favorite. By far. I love it. Big thank you for the 13 months. No, shut up, Powerpuff. No, you shut your lips. Absolutely not. I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my God. Oh, allergies. It doesn't make sense. There, fixed it. Fixed it. I don't know why that got deselected, but it's supposed to be limit 1 per dono. But I'll do it. I'll do it. All right, let's go. Let's do our spiel for the challenge mode, and then we'll do Sunny Meadows. Even though it's actually Sunny Meadows full, not restricted, we're still gonna go for it. No, it's my allergies. No, my allergies. I can go donate 25. Okay, no. God damn it. Well, the beans are over here. Son of a bitch. You should play Phasmo right now? No, I'm just going to sit in the lobby because of you. All right, I got 5. No, I don't have bean allergies. Oh no, I would be really messed up by now if that was the case. Yeah. All right, break. There you go. See? Yeah, restricted is still broken, but it's going to be fixed by tomorrow. Yeah, it'll be fixed. They'll get there. Thank you. Hi, Archmage. Mama ain't raised no bitch. I'm definitely not going to say this, though, until I'm done chewing. Add a keybind to the left hand, showing this. I wish. Yeah, a keybind for the left hand so you can pull up the watch when you want to. I think we should be able to. Anonymous, thank you for the dono. Showing the camera your beans like you're looking at your watch in the game. Wait, like this? What? Wait, like this? Good luck on the weekly. Thank you, friend. We'll see how it goes. Oh my God, Rafa! Stego, thank you guys for the $25 donos, friends. Thank you so much. My question is, what's getting broken after the fixes? Great question. Hopefully nothing. They're so chewy. Okay, they're gone. All right. Feel like a toothpick. Holding the right mouse button brings up the watch for me. Don't have a no. What we're talking about is having the ability to pull the watch up when you want to. Because if you have a flashlight out and if you have anything in your right hand, you can't look at your watch. Unless you pull out your journal. Yeah. All right, well, we're going to give this a try, friends. This week's challenge is the apocalypse draws near. The hardest possible challenge, but with normal investigator speed. Good luck. Is that Sunny Meadows restricted for 5K? Now, as of today, when I'm doing this, we know that Sunny Meadows restricted is a little messed up. So it's really like the full Sunny Meadows. So it's going to be a little more of a challenge. But that's going to be fixed by tomorrow, so it's fine. This is the player settings. This is the ghost settings. There's the contract. And then for the equipment, if we look at all of our equipment, we can see that we have all of our tier 3 stuff. This is what I would want anyway. Obviously, some of it's going to be useful, some of it's not. We'll see. But if I go back through for some of you that didn't see this real fast, we have no sanity. The ghost is 150. We have 0 evidence. It's basically APOC, but we are normal player speed. So normal walking speed, we can sprint. It's just the ghost is going to be fast AF. So we shall see. Nettie, thank you for the $100 dono to St. Jude. Thank you so stinking much, friend. My God. Thankful to be able to donate this cause for the 2nd year in a row. Nettie, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. You guys are freaking amazeballs, man. Oh my God. Which ID card is that? I am using the astronomer ID card. Yeah. All right, well, I guess we'll click restricted because that's what they want, but I guess we'll see how it goes. You do the weekly? Yeah, I'm going to do it right now. Yeah. We're about to do it right now. Flashlight is off. Yeah, but you do have night vision. So that's nice. You can't get this anymore. The only way that you could have gotten this was by watching the Galaxy Showcase to get the drop, but it's no longer available. Baron's been vocal in the TikToks about the update. It's been nice to hear how clearly he feels. You too. I just only saw 2 of his on my scroll. Yeah, I know. Like, obviously you guys have been hearing me how vocal I've been during streams about the update and everything. I'm so glad that they've made an announcement. They've apologized. They've said, listen, we understand we screwed up. We shouldn't have done it like this. We want to try to do right by you guys and we want to fix it. I'm not really sure what else to ask. Yeah, so I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm excited. All right, let's rock. I hope this works. God, I hope this works. Big, thank you so much for the 13 months, by the way. Thank you, friend. If you guys forget about the balloon stuff, I have an exclamation point pop inside of the title as well, just so people don't forget. That way you understand what it is. Let me go to the advanced settings. I do need to do a global though. There we go. There we go. See what happens? Yeah, we'll see. We will see. All right. Josephine Lewis. Josephine Lewis. What if I did a scroll right here and then all of a sudden I saw orbs? You know how sick that would be? My God. Samantha, what up, homie? Thank you for the raid. Rush, welcome in. What's up, Doe? Oh my goodness. How are you, friend? I am literally about to start the weekly. All right, well, these don't work, friends. They're absolutely useless. But what is useful whenever you're trying to do this is night vision. Night vision is going to be our friend. We're going to use this. We're going to use probably a crucifix to protect ourselves walking in the door. And we definitely want to bring a smudge. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I hope your stream was good, friend. Open Nanor. If the speed is 150 and it's a blood moon, does it also increase the speed further or is it capped? I'm pretty sure it does, yeah. So instead of it being a 150 ghost, you could think of it like a, what is it, 15? Is it a 15 increase for blood moon? Right? So you'd have a 165? I think so. Yeah. All right, I'm going to walk in with the crucifix in hand just to make sure it doesn't spawn on top of us. And then we go. Oh, I have ads in 3 minutes. Do I run them now or get in there and then run them? Is the night vision in the van screen a thing? It is. I'm just not going to do it. Do it now? Okay. Let's go to the truck. Yeah. I don't want you guys to miss out on stuff if you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo. So we'll wait here. Yeah. I do 3 minutes every hour. If you're monetized on Twitch, you have to do them. So I do this so that way you guys don't miss any gameplay. Might as well now. Yeah. So Sam, thank you so much, friend. I'm so sorry. I tried to snooze them as much as I could, but they're literally trying to run. Yeah. C West, it's going well, friend. How are you? Hey, Yan, how are you? Welcome in. Lodge. All right. 3 minutes, friends. 3 minutes. You're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie. All right. Ads are running. I don't think I have the St. Jude stuff over on my ad screen, but that's okay. We'll still go over here. If anybody donates, I'll keep my eyes peeled. Are there any drops for the Alan Wake event? We're waiting on information. We are waiting. We are waiting patiently. Yeah, we haven't been given anything about it. What I know about it is what you guys know about it, and it's the images that we have seen kind of circulating. So, yeah, we'll see. Gonna miss the way that the head moves on the players when they fixed everything. It's fun. It was funny. I will absolutely give it that. I think something I'm gonna miss that I wish that they would leave is I wish that they left the whole when the player died, sometimes their body would go insane. I kind of wish that they would leave that. Sam, thank you for the biddies and thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. I hope that your stream was good. Guys, if you're not following Sam, Sam's another amazing creator, plays lots of Phas. Are you still going to play Osai with Mr. Baron? Possibly. Yeah, I guess it depends on time. What he's doing, what he's in the mood for. I don't want to hold him up, obviously. I was just trying to get an idea of what he was doing tonight. Ragdolling can be super freaking funny. Who is Alan Wake? Oh, I would highly suggest going to Google. Going to Google and looking up Alan Wake and just learning about the story. Yep. There's an Alan Wake 1 and there's an Alan Wake 2. Highly recommend. Just turn it off. No, it turns it down. There we go. They should make a medieval castle map. I feel like no, probably not. You realize how large that would be and how long that would take to do an investigation on? About to finish watching Alan Wake 2. Nice. I'm going to look up some info about it tonight as well so that I can kind of familiarize myself with the world of Alan Wake. Because I don't know it that much either. It'd be cool if they keep the size thing on VR Player. Oh my God, that was so funny too. A teeny tiny castle. What, like a play castle? Hey Trickster, how are you? Withering Witch, good to see you, homie. Any different procedure for donos to St. Jude with company match? Any different procedure? Wait, oh, do you mean to do the dono match, PSU? I'm doing good, Trickster. Sandcastle? Will you yourself be able to go back and play Phas the way it was before this last update? As of right now, I can go back to the way Phas was in September of 2020. But I can't go back like a month or like a year or like 2 years. Not with what they provided us. They've just provided us the ability to go back to the original build. So I can do that. But that's a long time ago. Never completed Alan Wake, but I played the first game a bit. I forgot about it since. Yeah, I mean, I remember when it came out. I never had the chance to actually play it. Yeah. Just for partners, it's a perk that they have provided to partners. Yeah. Surgeon, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. All right, now we're good. Back with cookies. You better be sharing. I guess I can donate the full amount and get the money back from my company. Wait, what? PSU, I'm so confused, friend. Hey, what's up, Reaping? Good to see you. How's the hunt going? We're about to start the first one for the weekly. We're about to start. I heard crackling. Is the power right there? All right. Well, hope and a prayer, friends. Hope and a prayer. Oh, the company matches. Oh, that's freaking cool. That's super cool. PSU, you're amazing, friend. Please don't kill me. Hey, I have hiding. Not hunting this yet. You're telling me I only have this thing for 24 hours? Correct, Jason. Yeah. Is it in the front lobby? Hi. Love you. Get out of the wheelchair, Rhonda. Coffee, thank you for the dodo to St. Jude. Oh, an electric organ would be so cool. Can the ghost hear the piano? No. No. Or it doesn't it doesn't react to the piano. Well, I think we got us a stalker. Why when I turn on the tier 3 headgear does it sound like I'm getting electrocuted? All right. Actually, wait. What the hell? Here we find a wild FlashForce. Bro, what is going on? Big Fluffy, thank you for the dono to St. Jude. Well, Ghostie's got wheels. Yeah, it's the APOC setting, so it's 150. No, it's not a fan. Not a fan. Possibly. Maybe a Banshee? Hi, Shron. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I need stuff. You know what I need? I need like an EMF. I think I need an EMF. EMF test? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Sorry for the blinding. Blinded by the light. All right, well, I've already used this, so I don't need you. Goodbye. Give. I want all three of these things. Possible saltage? We're gonna try like this first. Excited for Alan Wake tomorrow. Yeah, I'm so excited for it. I can't wait to see what they do. Now here's the kick. Hunting. If the EMF were to go off, randomly, it would be one of two ghosts. Too late. I missed that smudge. went upstairs. That screwed me. Let's run. Is this brownstone? No, no, this is Sunny Meadows. All right, I want salt. I want salt. I want this. I'm gonna throw this in the front door. Toss. Actually, I have an idea. Give me this. How close does the ghost have to be? I think within 4 meters. I think. I believe. Jeez, thank you for the dodo to St. Jude. Thank you so freaking much, guys. Thank you so stinking much. And Arabic, thank you for the biddies. All right, I got salt to check for the wraith. I have the crucifix. We're gonna go inside and we're gonna pray. Sound good? That was another. Oh, I need to fix it. Holy fuck! That was a $500 donation. Cheese elf. It shows 5 out and then the O and then the period is gone. Jeez, dude, thank you so much, man. God damn. All right, Ghost. Listen, I need you to chill. Chill or be chill, okay? What if I just try to run with my smudge in my hand? Made it here. Not a wraith. And I'm fairly certain when we looked at the blinking earlier, whenever I walked right up to her face, I don't think this is a phantom. I think it's a banshee. So the EMF is useless. What do y'all mean by popping a balloon? So behind me, I have balloons. And when we reach our St. Jude milestones, I pop one. And whatever it says inside, I have to do. Was that on the money? Yeah, so I know what they say to an extent, as in like I know what was on the pieces of paper, but I don't know in what balloons they are. That I do not know. Is it supposed to sound like that? You've got to be a banshee. I have banshees circled, right? Okay. Come on. Give us the whale. She thinks I'm pretty. Aww. It's been on top of you nearly the whole run. Yeah, it definitely feels like it. But again, the blinks didn't look like phantom blinks, and it walked in salt, so we know it's not a wraith. Don't give her a huggy. I could. Is it a banshee you can test with EMF? I thought phantom was the EMF. Yeah. Yeah, I can't test for the Banshee with the EMF. The point of the EMF was to tell the difference between the Phantom, the Banshee, and the Wraith. So now that we know that it's not a Phantom and it walked in salt, Banshee is really our only thing left here. I just want to verify. Now, if it is a Banshee and it's upstairs, it can't stalk. There it is. It can't stalk me from the main floor to the basement. Can't do it. So what we just heard was a Banshee wail. Now we can go give hugs. Ma'am. Ma'am, you dropped your book. Ma'am. Hey, Scooby. Thank you for the donation to St. Jude, friend. Hello. Because she's tired of our business. Can I steal your pen? No. Thought there's a test with the EMF, the motion sensor for the Banshee. Hey, there you are. Hugs. Likes blaming other. Hey, I don't blame anybody for nothing. How dare you? That's a good first ghost. That's nice. We knew this ghost was on top of us the whole time, so it was just figuring out Banshee, Phantom, or Wraith. It walked in the salt. We knew it wasn't a Wraith. I saw the blinks whenever it was hunting. Wasn't a Phantom. I just wanted to verify Banshee, and we got a Banshee wail out of it. So super freaking nice. All right, let's go again. And it counted for me. And it counted. So how do you donate? Exclamation point donate, friend. Yeah. You do miss the face hugs. Oh, maybe one day they'll give it back. Maybe they'll add multiple death. I mean, multiple death animations would make sense. One girl, thank you for the 8 months, by the way. Phasmo map is a small motel in the middle of nowhere. Oh, a small motel map would be cool. I think so. I think people's games are just tweaking, I guess, because it's fine for me. All right, let's go. Let's go. I'll summon it. Looking at downlink stuff to have an idea on what the update might look like. Some images. Looks a bit like the hound from the Game of the Thrones. Hey, Lord. I don't know, man. All right. Let's do it again. Oh, it's a Karen. Ah, crap. Any orbs? Any Orbeez? Orbeez would be nice. Orbeez? Nora, thank you for the $100 dono. Indy, thank you for the $98 dono. You insane people. Thank you guys so much for the donations. Seriously, man. Absolute bonkers. All right, well, I guess we're popping another balloon when we're done with this one. I pray it's something different. I pray it's something different. Okay. I don't see anything, so let's just do our thing. Give me that, give me that, give me the smudge, give me this. Well, I'm pretty sure that we have hiding everywhere. I don't know if that's intentional. I think it might be an oopsie doodle, but I will take it and not be that upset about it. All right. And we run. Ghosty's close. Ghosty close? That was not very far away. Hey, what's up, Joey? Did they fix the animations or is it tomorrow's update? Yeah, they're going to be fixing it with tomorrow. So we're just right now kind of crossing our little fingies that it's all going to be fixed by then. But yeah, welcome in. I think it's normal 150. I think. Could be chapel. Hope so. Yeah. I know. I'm hopeful though. I'm hopeful. Shark, thank you for the dono. Abby, thank you so much for the donations to St. Jude friends. Thank you guys so much. Sounds normal. Yeah. Yeah. All right. You miss Asylum? Oh, man. I do wish they would have left it in the game. But I think one of my hopes is that one day they'll like release some sort of a weird legacy patch that allows people to go back and play all the old maps. I think that's one of my hopes. I think that'd be really neat. Asylum was one of the original maps for the game. Really long hallways. People used to get lost all the time. That's why people complained about it all the time. Oh no, Indy, you're not alone. A lot of people loved the old Grafton. Yeah, I thought I was dead. I thought that was curtains. I thought that was it. I'm telling you, the night vision just... What was that? I don't have a lot of time here. And it might eat that, but we're going to run. Didn't I just open this? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, more stuff. More stuff time. That one girl, thank you for the $50 dono to Saint Jude. Thank you guys so much. I'm a little superstitious here. I'm gonna grab another one of those, grab another one of these just to be safe. And then maybe I'll grab the EMF for an electronic just in case it was a Raiju. Yikers! Here, eat this. Leave me alone. We'll go to the hospital before the next round. We'll be fine. It's true. I just need to be ready to flip it. Such a crybaby. Oh, stop hanging out near the front, you turd. Check. Oh my God. Bro, she's not gonna come this way, is she? Come on. Nope. Nope. Staying in the front. Cool. Son of a bitch. Oh yeah? Here. Do this. bit emotional. Wah, wah, wah. Let's try that again. Stop crying to no service, lady. I don't think so, friends. That's the same speed, and that was right near the EMF. Still a crybaby. Still thinking you're A. Is that right at the end of the hunt again? So it keeps touching this. It keeps hitting that. Now, I think this is something from way back when. I think that this wheelchair is supposed to actually move. And they made the sound with this wheelchair. Like the movement of it is so small, it's basically non-existent. But I'm fairly certain that this is supposed to move a little bit. I do declare. Remember it vaguely moving? Maybe. I don't know. I'm really feeling like this is a ERA, and I'm almost willing to just kind of go for that. Kind of willing to just go for it. What did I do with the parabolic? Hello? You think it's a banshee. Why is that? You had the chair roll? See, I don't know if I ever have. Oh, I dropped it between the pews. Did I? Oh, thank you. It might not be a Ure, and that's okay. It's just, I don't know, man. Kind of sus of one. You just had a shade who did a singing event. Did you get a clip of it? Because it might not have actually been a singing event. Come to Butthead. Yeah, blinkies look normal, all that jazz. Going to the chapel cause we just got murdered. Had Noni do the misformed fart ball. See, I don't believe you. Oh, it was a mare. Boo. Well, that was weird. I don't know why it did what felt like multiple Uri abilities. If you don't get a ghosty that's different and you don't have the ability to test on certain areas, it's going to be rough. But you know what? We're persistent. We're persistent. All right, we're here. Let's find those orbs.
There have been new reports of a cursed object nearby.
What a butthead ghost. Agreed upon.
Ghost was summoned here. Take a look. You may be able to use it to your
What
advantage.
is that? Is it like a candle there? There's something weird happening in the chapel. All right, nothing there, nothing there. Watch, now Ghost is gonna be 1,000,000 miles away. But we'll still try. Bastard, thank you so much for the frickin' subs, friend. Drops aren't working because there is no drops right now. All right, well, going with the routine here. Give me the smudge. Give me that. Give me the headgears and parabolic. Yeah. We'll stick to what we were doing before. I think it makes the most sense. Oh, the balloon. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll do it after this one. Sorry, I do owe a balloon. 100%. So at least right after my crucifix is my smudge. That's nice. Okay. We go here. Nice little hidey hole. And we wait. Hear me out. We are going to have it hunt again because I need to make sure that this is a Dio. I heard that speed at the beginning. I had a feeling I knew what that was. I just wanted to make sure that I got to my journal fast enough to put Dio in the book. Yeah, so we'll... I mean, it did hunt, I think, in less than a minute. The hell? Not even a minute in. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but let's just verify. Because I did open the door and kind of just sit there for a minute. Hey, Sarah. Good to see you. So we'll wait here. I've got Dio marked in the book, so that's ready to go. I don't understand the night vision sound. Why it sounds like we're getting electrocuted. If it's supposed to sound like that, I don't know. A little weird. Our Dios are... No, I have no sanity. I have 0. None. Sounds like turning on a real night vision. Well, there you go. Fair play. If it sounds like... If that's exactly how it sounds when you turn on a real one, cool beans. Man, that's coming from all the way over there. Oh my God. Hi, friend. Come. Get... I'm sorry. Is there a particular reason this ghost is able to walk through everything? It walked off the rails and it literally walked through that. What? Well, good thing we found out what it was. All right, well, there's the Dio. One more. Let's go. We trust things in the map. Well, I just need to know if I have a new problem to worry about. Yeah. All right. We have a balloon to pop. Let's do it. Let's do it before we go. So, we have raised $8,000 for St. Jude. When we reached the 8,000 mark, I said we'd pop another balloon. When we reach 9, I pop another one. So there might be things that I can't do today that'll be IOUs that I will do ASAP. But we will do this one now. So I spin the wheel, whatever color it is, we pop one of the balloons. You guys help me choose which one. I don't know what's inside, so we'll figure it out. Couldn't pick. Think of it the prime. All right, ready? Here we go. Purple. Okay. Purple wise, we have this one here. We have this one here. And we have this one over here. We got 3 purples. I got number 1. I got number 2. I got number 3. 1, 2, 3. What are we feeling? That one there. Thank you. That one. One is the winner. Okay, we'll pop this one here. Each one of them has a little piece of paper inside, kind of like this one did that told me to do Spicy Bean Boozled. It's just like this. So if it's another Spicy Bean Boozled, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. All right, There it is. They're kind of safety scissors, so I gotta make it work. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Actually, wait, do I have that on here? Damn it. Nothing like polishing down my spicy bean with a delicious soda. If I don't have it, I will spin again because I haven't updated the wheel. But I do have a plethora of sodas inside of my fridge. Dirt is wild. Tell that to those that made it. Oh, please tell me I have that. Do I have pickle? Oh, please. Oh, thank God. Oh, it's one of the best ones because it's one of the ones that doesn't taste disgusting completely. Oh my God. Still not great, but it's not one of the worst ones. It could be way worse than that. All right, so I'll make sure to get that removed. All right. Yeah. So Mr. Lester Fixins creates all kinds of fun soda. Mustard, ranch, pickle, olive. The wheel took pity. It knew. All right. Now the question is, where's my bottle opener? Oh, God. I had one. Oh, there it is. See, when you order enough from them, they start sending you engraved bottle openers. Think I would try pickle before horchata? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this one is, I mean, they're not, none of them are great. None of them are great, but the other ones that are in there are way worse. Okay. Thank you guys for all the donos to St. Jude. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. No, it's not Twisty Cap. No. You need to actually use a bottle opener. Yeah. But now that I'm actually feeling better, I can actually drink these. I couldn't while I had COVID. So maybe this is how I got COVID. Bottoms up. Very pickly. Very pickly. Also very cold. Very cold, very pickly. Oh yeah, I'd chug them. Oh, we don't take a sip. Oh no, I down them. I down them. We're okay. Kogo, thank you for the 14 months. Oh, all right. Before we go in, I do have this. So even though we're not doing the bad wheel or the cosplay wheel this month, I am doing the good wheel whenever we reach the daily goal. So we will do this. Here's to your stomach. Yeah, I'm okay. For now. All right, get to game. Your tummy would hurt. All right, let's do this real quick before we get going. Deal with it, brotato. Wow. Wow. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't bug out on us. It's been okay. But if you guys do !goo in chat, you will be entered to win a free Steam game that I will whisper you on Twitch. If you do not have Steam, but you want to enter, you're more than welcome. You can just give it to somebody. You can just give it to somebody that does. I will give you 60 seconds to enter. You guys do that. While you're doing that, I will pull said information up to give you said game. But yeah, this is a Twitch tool. I wish that there was one like this that was cross-platform across everything. That would be super freaking awesome. And maybe one day we'll find it. One of these days, Alice, one of these days. All right. All right, you guys have like 25 seconds, friends. 25 seconds. And then we will spin it to win it. We are worms? No, there's just no giveaway tool like that. Again, across platforms. That's the only issue. 'Tis the issue, said the tissues. Hey, what up, Kev? Thank you for the 15 months. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Like I said, I will whisper you on Twitch if you win. You see old goo jumps? What the hell's a goo jump? Had to be dramatic. That's okay. That's okay. And it goes to Astronomy. GG's, friend. GG's. All right, let me close this app before it explodes. All right, I am whispering you right now, friendo. Right now, right now, right now. You are going to get Crysis 3 remastered, friend. Okay. Boom. There it is. Done and done. GG's. GG's. Oh, there's a giveaway in chat. Oh, if you guys do exclamation point enter, you can win a goo sticker. What's up, Mason? At our own characters, we jump and try to land on the platform. I don't know if I know that. After the giveaway, we'll go in. We're on our third round for the weekly, by the way, for anybody curious. And it's been working for me. I know some people were saying they were having issues and they weren't able to complete part of it, but I've been doing, it's been fine for me. So I don't know. Sorry, trying to keep it down. Trying to keep it down. We're doing good. We're fine. So whenever we reach 9,000 raised for St. Jude, we will do another balloon pop. When we reach 10,000, it's going to be a 12-hour stream that we add. So a day soon coming up, we will do a 12-hour. Twig was able to do it. Just took a while because she got normal speed ghosty. So it was normal for her. Okay. That's, well, good. I'm glad that it's, from most other people, from what it sounds like, it's working fine. So, yeah. We'll see. Holy moly. Enjoy the sticker, friend. Enjoy. Thank you so much, whoever did the giveaway. Thank you. It was anonymous. I have no idea who did it. Thank y'all for the follows, friends. All right, you guys ready? Now we do the things. All right. Dave Norris. This is the first male ghost we've had. So we can cross off Banshee. We can cross off Diane. Sounds good. I'm not going to get lucky and get orbs. That just ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. And these places, the only way you're going to see orbs over here is if they pop into the hallway or something, which is unlikely. No, Maddie, there's no drops. Not right now. No, no, no. All right, we go crucifix, we do smudge, parabolic, this, and then that way when we run in with the crucifix, we're ready to switch over to the smudge in case the Dio's in our face. In case it's in our face. All right, let's go. And it seems like I said, like hiding is open everywhere. Downstairs. Sounds like normal speed. Sounds like they're having an asthma attack. Yeah, that sounds about right. I threw down the parabolic to see if maybe it would be a Raiju. Ghosty has left the station. Good grief. Okay. So it is starting downstairs, right? Okay. I'm just going to put these things over here and we're going to go get more stuff. They need your dill soda? What does that mean? Darth, is that you? Yeah, the challenge, so it's apocalypse settings, except that you yourself, the player, can run normal speed. Normal speed, you can sprint and all that stuff. So I don't know what technically it would be if you actually got like full money for it. It wouldn't be a 14 time. It would be a little bit less than that because you're able to sprint. All right, let's bring salt. Let's bring an EMF, and let's bring a firelight because it's cute. It is starting downstairs. You know what? We should work our way downstairs. That's what we should do. Why you move the switch like this? Force interaction? No, to see if the ghost is hunting. It's hunting right now because I can't move the switch. Will it come this way? Jesus, dude. You done? Good God. Ghosty needs more than an inhaler. Ghosty needs to slow down before they hurt themselves or somebody else. Hunting? How did it dodge the first salt? Wait a minute. Is it done hunting? No, no, I think it dodged the first one just by chance. I think it dodged it like this. I thought it did. But after it walked in that salt, I swear to God, I heard a speed change. Or that's what it sounded like. I did hear a putty tap. Mr. Baron. Oh my god. I think we have us a galoo. Hey, yo, galoo. Where's your picnic basket? Hunting? Oh, really, dude? Really? That's the life we're going to live? Still want to link up, good sir? We absolutely can, sir. Yes, yes, yes. I wanted to try to see. I wasn't going to do the weekly at first because people were telling me they were having a lot of issues, but it's been fine. Like, it's been marking it off fine for me. So I don't know what's going on. But yeah, for sure, sir. Question is, what are we going to do? No, the tier 3 salt isn't going to slow down the ghost for the entire hunt. The tier 3 salt would slow it down and then it would go back to its normal pace, which it did not do. I think we have a galoo. Oh, I think we have a galoo. On the other side right now, but anything? I'm down, Charlie Brown. Oh, shit. No, it's getting faster, right? Yeah, you're getting faster. Yeah. Damn me then. Absolutely, sir. Yeah. Go to sleep. Overgrown, how are you? The first salt that it missed was literally just by chance. We would have known a lot easier if it would have hit that first one because it would have missed the second one. But we heard the speed change and that's how we knew that it was a gallo. And that is how we completed our weekly. Nice. There it is. 5K and you don't have to live, friends. If anything, it saves you time letting the ghost get you and you get the heck out of there. Yeah. Mr. Tater Cheap. Hello, sir. But there's our weekly. I wanted to do it today just in case they do something weird and give us like a brand new weekly that we don't know about for the upcoming Alan Wake stuff. I don't think they will, but if they do, I'm okay because I've completed this one, so we're good to go. Usually busy. Missed the streams. How are you? I'm good, friend. I'm doing well. My stomach is trying to tell me stuff from St. Jude activities, but we're okay. We're good. Got your bases covered. Yeah, that was what I was worried about, Tater. I was like, listen, man, I haven't missed a single weekly ever since they started. I don't want to miss it now. Yeah. Spike, thank you for the gifted crucial, man. All right. I need to message Mr. Baron. So we were talking and we were saying about possibly playing the other side just to check it out. Because I played it when it first came out a couple of times and then I never played it again. I don't think they will weather, but if they could, I feel like they could do that. They could make the start of the new week. Oh, maybe. I don't know. It's so hard to say. I don't know what their plans are, man. Mr. Tater Chip, how's the fam? Haven't played in a while. Yeah, I haven't played it in a long time. It has been quite a long time. No, this isn't community night. No. Are you streaming the event tomorrow? That's my plan. Yeah, whenever I get home, when I get home in the morning from dropping my kiddo off. Yeah, spend the morning doing the stuff and the things. I appreciate it, Mr. Song. Thank you. Oh yeah, Twig. I'm sure that it's had a crap ton of updates. Give me a second. Yeah, and Baron, he's been spending a bunch of time going over all the stuff. So I'm gonna know nothing. The orphanage map on the other side's pretty great. Oh God. Will you still be going live Wednesday then if you go live tomorrow for the event? Yeah. I'll still be live. I'll still be live on Wednesday night. Yeah, of course. You haven't seen gameplay? It's pretty cool. I think the reason that I never really kept going with it is just because the ghosties didn't have a lot of unique things about them. So the replayability for me at least wasn't there. But things change, man. They have behaviors now, see? Friggin' Foglia is actually one of the creators. Well, you know what I mean? A content creator. Content creator. Custom difficulties are also on the way in the next couple weeks. That's sweet. That is cool. Let me message this goober. No, I'm a developer. Wait, what? Of the other side? Wait. What? You hold your damn horses. Wait. How did I not know that? Of course I don't read the credits. You think I read the credits of anything? You lost your mind? That is awesome. How did I not know that you were one of the developers? That is crazy. That is crazy. Called out. Listen, I'm not, if you're calling me out for credits, I'm going to be called out every damn day of my life. It's like that episode of South Park when you don't read the agreement, you just agree to it. It's kind of like that. Yeah. What up, Biz? All right, let me message him. Reading in this economy? I gotta save that reading time so I can pay for gas. Yeah, I agree. All right, let me back out of this so that way I think we're gonna link up with a certain bearded gentleman. You mean the human Sentai pad? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Why won't it read? What's going to be funny, I'm telling him right now. I said, I played a couple times when it first released. I remember nothing. I remember nothing. All right. Let me let me get the game going and we'll do the things and the stuff. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I don't care who you are. All right. There's also a good chance that I have not downloaded it onto my new PC. Shit. Okay. Well, we'll do that quickly. The cuttlefish or the asparagus? No, wait, what was it? Vanilla paste, right? It was the vanilla paste. Just got done playing with Baron. Happy to help if you want. I appreciate it. Thank you, friend. Thank you. Hey, Siger, how are you? All right. We have ads coming again soon. God, they happen so fast. So this will be a good time. What are my computer components? If you do ! Specs. Yeah, it's not going to take very long to download. I'm running into games that I haven't downloaded onto the new PC, so I have to re-download them. His Phas looping skills came into play as well as his screaming. I remember the first time that I played the other side, my looping skills came into play. Yeah, that Dingleberry tried to kill me in the kitchen or near the kitchen, and I was looping it, and it worked. So yeah. All right. I said, I messaged Baron. I said I might be downloading it real quick. New PC things. I thought it did kill and you got rezzed. Yeah, well, that was like I think I survived once, and then the next time, yeah, no. Flash got me killed with his looping in the basement of that house. Hey, no, I didn't. Wait, did that house have a basement? Not the main house. Yeah, there's a lot in that game, so it's gonna be you're gonna see me lost, but we're gonna try. All right, this is good timing though. I'm gonna go ahead and run the ads, friends. So once the ads are done, then we will probably be able to get the game booted, and we'll jump in there with Mr. Baron. Okay. So 3 minutes, friends. 3 minutes. You gonna switch to the other side? I'm just waiting for it to download. Yeah, we're just waiting for it to download. I'll go ahead and switch categories though. There we go. I can never complete a full loop, so it's more like a loo. It's more like a loo. All right, over 50% done. We're getting there. We're getting there. Patience. Patience. We're playing. We are going to switch it up, friend. Yes, we are. Actually, while that's happening, I can do this. Okay. We'll take this image. Do that. Gives me a good time to do a super fast thumbnail while we're doing this. So I'll do that. Nope, 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 nope. Get rid of that one. Go there. Get this. Do. What is today? Today is the 11th. Tomorrow's my son's birthday. Let's see. Go there. That's good. Go there. Save. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. All right. I'll adjust the details on this while that's finishing its download. Any tips on handling 12 people in one small house? Am I cooked? How big is the house? Oh, thank you guys. It's the middle child. It's Alex's birthday, or it's going to be. Wow, wow, wow. Let's see. There we go. Nobody, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Like 8 rooms excluding a hall. Okay, but to 12 people, 8 rooms, just stash like 7 of them in one room, and then you just go about your business. And you'll be fine. The light's not working anymore. No, it's the freaking app that I use. The app that I use for it is not working anymore, or it just hasn't been for a while. So I'm working on it, man. Well, hopefully they're working on it is what I actually mean. Is there a basement? All right, game title. The other side. Why is it showing me like multiple of the other sides? All right, is it done? Just about. All right, it's finching. It's finching. It's complete. Play. Oh, thank you, Miss Hightower. Thank you, friend. Okay. What up, Sleepy? How are you? Loving you too, Link Up. Oh, he is quite the gem, as they say in France. Miss Yumako, thank you so much for the prime. It's eventually going to start. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. Ah, there we go. Oh, stuff and things is happening. Shh, quiet. Everybody shut the hell up. The Phasmo sheet still working? Yep, go to phasmocheatsheet.com, friend. It is indeed. Early access notice. All right. I wonder if he might be on a map right now, and that's okay. What I'll do is I'll enter HQ because I don't remember anything. So we're gonna relearn together. Shh, shh, my favorite show's on. Okay. The other side smells like fried chicken. Wait, what? I feel like I might need to adjust my I feel like my mouse sensitivity is low. Good bops though. Frame limit, of course. I assume that applied. Mouse sensitivity. Let's try 1.0. Ah, that's a little better. There we go. Turn on the mouse sensitivity last time since you said it was too high. I don't know why I would say that. This feels so much better. This feels so much nicer. Oh, shit. Oh, didn't want to do that. How do I get in you? Sorry, that was a little sus. Hey, that's me. Look, my toesies are out. Look at that. Kay, thank you for the 13 months. My little toesies are out. That wasn't a banshee. That was me. Put your dogs away? Nah, let them breathe. Gotta let them breathe. Outfits. None. Return. Headwear. Oh, yeah. Wait. Can you... Wait, where's headwear? Where can I buy headwear? Do you wear wigs? Hey, your feet are not on the wrong side. That is nice. That is nice. The game has more customization than Phas. This is true. This is damn true. From the laptop. Go to the shop. Styles from Beyond. Oh my god. Under construction. Motherfucker. Okay, well there's a so there's the tech. Man, there's so much I haven't done. Like when I first played, like we were just going in blind. We were just trying anything that we could. I love there's tabs. That's kind of cool. Collector's Vault. Oh my god. Easter things, snails, little peeps. Ooh, look at the hoodie. I like the Easter hoodie. Oh my god, look at the paint job for the truck. That's cool. I was using your equipment. That makes sense. Oh, and you can purchase double XP for cold hard cash. That's cool. I like that a lot. That's cool. Son of a bitch. There's another one we can't do. Is this game? It's another ghost investigation style game. Yeah. It's obviously different style than Phas. Want to paint the Phas truck? Too bad. You can't. So is there no way for me to buy a hat? Personalization? Oh, this is for the computer, right? Ooh. No hats just yet? Come on. It's the one thing I want in my life. That's pretty. The cyber one's pretty cool. There's a lot of customization. Computer background is pretty cool. I kind of wish I could see a little better here, though. I'm not going to remember the buttons. I'm not going to remember how to do anything, friends. It's going to be a fresh experience, okay? That's the way it's going to feel. It's going to feel fresh. The brightness in the settings? Yeah, but I don't want to, like, blast brightness into the game. You know? Celsius, text chat. Hopefully my voice stuff works, too. Push to talk and all that jazz. Graphics. FPS limit. Resolution scale. Brightness. That's a pleasant sound. Let's try $1.50 and see what that does. Ah, close enough. I mean, it is a little better, actually. All right. Well, we'll let it live on 150. That's actually not bad. You can't see anything? Oh, I can see. I can see just fine. Baron sent me the code. Let's see if it works the same. I might not need a stinking code. Okay. I might need the stinking code. Never mind. Okay. Let's go to the Lappy Tops. Multiplayer. Find. Enter code here. Join with code.
Sir, you ain't got no shoes on.
Yeah, let my dogs breathe.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Hold on there.
Yeah, want to give him a sniff? Give him a whiff.
Yeah. There we go. Most people have to pay for that kind of stuff.
I forgot to wipe the ketchup off.
Welcome in. Welcome into my house.
I like your humble
watch out
abode.
for the bunny.
Where's the bunny?
You just stepped on.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, look, it's talking to me. Hi. Why is its couch or whatever this is under the stairs? Is it like Harry Potter?
No, but I didn't want to step on it.
Oh.
I gave it a light.
That is, you did give it a light. That is very nice. That must have
I
been
gave
hard
it
to
a
do.
light. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot, bro. There's a lot.
Yeah, so
I'm
gonna remember nothing.
Hit tab. Yeah, no, that's fine. I've had both of the developers in my chat for a while, and they've guided me through several matches. So
okay. So you're the pro now.
Confident.
I like it.
So
I just wanted to turn it down.
If you go to the modification garage, hit tab to go to your tablet, and then you'll see the mobile base and go to modification garage.
And he's gone.
So in here, you get this truck to start off with.
Right.
And then as you level up, you can get different trucks, and you can paint the trucks different colors and stuff like that.
Very cool.
And content creators get like official skins and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw that they can have like posters. I think that people can hang inside of their places.
Do you want to see? Because I could get one of the devs in here to show you like all of the customization. She has it set up.
I was watching. Really cool. I was watching stream for a bit, so I did see some of it that way. Baron's muffled. Yeah. Well, not for me. Is he muffled for you? You can't hear?
Get what we'll do is we'll join on so we'll back out here and then you'll join up. Her name will come up as friggin' Foglia.
Yeah.
Foglia.
Yeah, I've been talking to them tonight.
Join up on their lobby and I'll join in that same lobby, and then that way she'll be able to kind of give us a tour.
Okay.
If you're down.
I'm down,
if
Charlie
you
Brown.
want to see it. I mean, if you don't want to see it, I mean, I'll tell her to pound sand.
No.
I'll say Flash had to pound sand.
No. Okay, so wait,
right,
am I joining up? So am I joining up on you then?
Just making sure. Just making sure. Man, them toesies still out there, aren't they? I didn't know you had blue eyes.
Yeah, I do have blue eyes.
Wow. This is actually the first time I think I've ever seen you without a hat on.
Yeah, they said they don't have those right now, so unfortunately I'm extra naked. Not even because of the shoes, because of the no hat.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, I sent you a room code.
Okay.
It's her room code.
Roger that. On the way.
So you go to exit, and then it'll go exit to your HQ, and it'll take you to your HQ.
Okay. Roger that. Wait. Oh, okay. Oh, connection was lost, so I guess it doesn't matter. Always barefoot in the game? Yeah, I just never put shoes on. All right. So let's go here. Multiplayer, find, join with code. Join with code. Join with code. There we go. Join. You are one with the ground and the ghosties. So I think we're going into one of the developers' lobbies to see all their stuff. Merry Christmas!
Hi, Flash.
Hi.
Yeah, sorry. This is my Christmas one.
Aw.
Here, first, take this.
What the hell is that?
Touch that.
Touch it?
Give that a high five.
I gave it a high five.
Yeah, what color bunny did you
You've
get?
got a
I give her the
bunny.
bunny. Wait, hold on. Hold, please.
You're
Hold,
welcome.
please.
What? Holding.
Who's this guy?
He's running. He's running.
He was from our Halloween event. He's a little animatronic.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no,
Baird.
that's nothing, bro.
Just go say hi. Give him a hello.
I hold. Everyone, close your eyes and wish really hard.
Okay. He wished a little too hard, I think. I think he wished a little too hard.
Oh.
I'm gonna speed tour this real quick.
Okay.
To get you guys back to what you're doing
What
here.
the hell?
Follow me.
Wait, what?
Don't look. Yeah, they're all
But I
orange.
don't
The
want
first
the
one's ugly.
fireworks.
The first one's ugly. The first one's ugly. The first one's ugly. Wait till
Oh,
the second
okay.
one.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait
I'll wait for the second one. Okay,
Flash.
okay, I'm
Damn.
getting excited. Sorry.
Okay, come here.
Okay.
Speed tour.
On the way. Oh, this
This
is
is
like that
reception.
guy on TikTok that does the.
This is trophy. Speed tour.
Yeah. This is
up,
the
cameraman.
garage. That guy.
This is the garage. This is our content creator posters.
Oh, I love it.
Follow
They look
me.
good. On the way.
Look at
Skeleton
the
guy.
van. Look at the van. Look at the van.
Right
Wait,
here,
hold on.
right
Wait, I
here.
gotta look at the van. Wait, I gotta look at the van. Wait, I gotta look at the van.
Too fast.
So this is
Well,
also the
I'm
content
gonna
creator
take us to the
van.
modification garage.
Oh, that's cool. The art
Yeah.
looks cool.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That
that's
looks
her.
sick.
We're gonna go to the content creator garage. You guys can have that just in your laptop right here.
Mm-hmm.
In your laptop right here, you're just gonna type in hashtag.
Oh my God, you have an
Bling
elf. I love it. What do you
Yeah,
type?
for
What do you-
Christmas, everyone got an elf on the shelf to hide
What do
in
you-
their
what do you do at the
HQ so everyone
computer?
could interact with. It was really fun. Hashtag BLAMEDEE.
Hashtag BLAME D BLA. Wait, what?
Guys, BLAME. Capital D as in dog. EE.
Oh. Roger that.
You got this.
I got it, I got it, I got it,
now,
I got it,
you'll
I got
also
it, I
have
got
like
it.
my content creator hoodie
Okay.
and
Let's
like,
go.
the box truck when you have that.
Very cool.
Okay, are you ready for the speed tour?
Okay, I'm ready for the speed tour. I think he's
trying to
struggling
get you guys
though.
going here.
No, it's okay.
Oh, these
it's
are all
okay.
our trophies from past events. So this was our Easter event.
Very cool.
This little doohickey right here was from our Abaddon Hollows release. We were very proud of that because it
Oh,
was
I
a
love that
massive
you
map.
had the Christmas tree with like the little bulbs. I had one of those.
Isn't it the most beautiful thing? But like everyone's always had like a couple chipped off. you
Oh
know?
no,
Nobody
missing,
actually
just
has
gone,
a whole one.
missing.
Yeah,
always.
Like nobody has a full one.
Nope.
This one's from Christmas of last year. This one's Halloween of last year. This one's from Easter of last year.
Very cool.
And they change colors. All right, speed tour.
Speed tour.
Run!
I am.
This was some of the Easter event stuff. Not all of it because I couldn't fit it all. This was some of
Ooh.
the Halloween event stuff. Not all of it. I couldn't fit it all. This is some of the Christmas stuff. I couldn't fit it all. Speed tour.
I couldn't fit it all.
Upstairs,
Speed
cameraman.
tour.
Keep running,
This is
Black,
the
run!
lounge.
Go, go,
This is the
go.
lounge.
Speed tour.
Okay. Oh, he's
This
playing
is
a
Speed
game.
tour.
His name is Oreo.
Speed tour.
Not a speed tour in here because you have to really take him all in. You know, he's really.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speed tour back
I mean,
downstairs.
Hi.
you should
Hi,
get
I gotta
your
go.
rabbit some stairs.
FlashForce.
Run.
Come here.
Yes.
Oh wait, I don't. Oh god. Hang on.
Okay. Waiting.
Touch that.
Touching.
Beautiful speed tour.
Thank you.
All
Speed
right,
tour.
Click tab. Click tab.
Tab.
And click modification garage.
Speed tour. This is
Okay.
the garage.
This is the garage.
Okay. Love it.
All right. Okay. So this is just a better way to see the content stuff. So content creators get all sorts of fun stuff. to
Very
decorate.
cool.
This was our Easter event.
Nice. Did you do one for
this is
each
Vials.
holiday?
This is Live. We didn't do one for Christmas.
Okay.
Oh, we dropped the ball on that. I don't know why we didn't do that. This was Easter last year.
Okay. Subtle.
If
I
you
like.
have this one here, we have a little short
Oh,
bus.
this
or
the
you can just
bus!
have like,
I love the bus.
yeah. Isn't it beautiful?
That's
Isn't it beautiful?
fantastic.
So
What a great
different
skin.
vehicles have different like storage capacities.
Okay.
That's like what's good about that.
Oh,
because
cool.
Obviously with six
Yeah, I
players,
see
you
it
have
up
a lot of
there.
Stuff.
Yeah,
Super
it's
nice.
Frickin' cool.
It's oh. It's frickin'. ADHD
Cool.
stage.
So let's see what else.
If
Detour,
anybody's
go back
curious
to
what
the
it's
base.
like to have
Click tab.
ADHD, we will show you. Oh, go
This
ahead.
is it. This is it. Okay. Click tab. Click headquarters. Oh, God.
Oh, here we go. Game on.
you're so
I want to
fast.
smell it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Woo. Wait, when this one
Okay,
going
okay,
off?
okay. Speed tour.
No, you just here.
I
You
mean,
gotta put.
I guess
You
this
gotta
isn't really like too
just
much-
look down. Yeah, look right at it. There you go.
Okay. Speed tour. Hi, bunny.
Not much of a speed tour because we're actually gonna go right here. Okay, wait. These are the content creator posters. Content creators who
Very
can
nice.
get their poster in
Very
game
cool.
and they get to design it themselves.
That's cool. Welcome to the other side.
And now if we come over here to the wardrobe, you're just gonna watch. This is well, I
Okay.
mean, don't watch me change. I'll tell you when to turn around.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh.
Look the other way, Baron.
Yeah. I'm
Turn
watching.
around.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, this is. All right, turn around. Thank you.
okay.
So
You're
this
welcome.
is my this is my hoodie. This one's mine. Okay.
Sweet. Very cool. Excuse me.
Flash.
Fuck. Pick
Your
Sav.
butt is glowing.
Nobody tell Sav I put this on.
Okay.
All right, this one's Sav's hoodie.
Okay.
So like all of our content creators get to pick their hoodie and their number and stuff like that. It's very cool. Very cool.
Why can't you wear their hoodie? What's wrong with that?
I have this ongoing thing with Sav where I have
are
successfully
not using
gone this
AI for
entire
art.
time without using any of his content.
Ah.
Now I'm wearing his hoodie and his laptop. It's a bad look for me.
Look at
Okay,
you
it's a bad look.
profiting. Look at this. Makes me sick. Nice working game with high energy, nice people.
This is a clown costume.
Oh, super cool.
Unrelated.
That's freaking rad. So
yeah, the
do you
boys have one
guys
too from Halloween of last year.
create like all the outfits entirely from scratch?
Okay, so the costumes, no. The costumes,
Okay.
the hoodies and stuff we design.
Yeah, we can't take him anywhere. Sorry, we're still house training him. You were saying
It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry.
Oreo's better house trained than him. It's okay.
it's running away.
Let's
It's
run
gonna go
along,
call the
Oreo.
police.
Yeah, Oreo's terrified of Aaron. Are you kidding me? He doesn't want to sniff. So like the hoodies and stuff, we do design in house.
Cool.
So like the roses red, I'm dead inside. I designed that one.
Right.
Like all of them. Except the content creator ones, they get to like pick theirs, and
Hey,
the other
Dream.
developer takes
Right,
care of that because
right.
that's too much for me.
That's
But
cool.
yeah,
though.
like the shoes and stuff we design. Yeah.
Sweet. To-do list.
Yeah, there's a crack house.
What?
Okay.
There's a crack
Yeah.
house?
There's a
Did you
crack
guys-
house.
Did you guys want to go to the crack house?
I mean, okay.
I'm
you
so
can't
out of
tell me
breath
about the
right now.
crack house, and then I can't see the crack house.
Yeah, there's a crack house.
There's a crack.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's-
we could do a
that's
cleanse
pretty
thing
good.
and watch Flash die.
Oh, wait! At the crack house?
Yeah,
the
we
crack
can do
house.
cleanse at the crack
Yeah.
house.
Cleanse at the crack
Yeah.
house. I love that song.
Or we could go to the cemetery would be good too.
Listen, when the game first released, I played a couple of times, and then haven't played. There is so much stuff I know that's been updated and changed. So this is going to be
There's
just
been
pretend like I've
there's
never
a
played
lot.
before.
There's a lot of stuff.
So I'm actually curious. Since Flash hasn't experienced Identify yet with the
Right.
behaviors and stuff, do we want to do that and get him used to the equipment and then jump into cleanse?
I'm
Or
down for
are
whatever.
we just banking on him dying immediately?
Hey,
No, I mean like it's
Hey.
you know, Flash is a professional. You know what I
hey.
mean? And I
Wait,
have
what
every
level's
vote of
above my head
confidence.
or beside my name?
3.
3.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
look at that, and you're already 5,
Yeah.
by the way.
Well, yeah, I mean I'm better than you at these video games.
Yeah, but you're wearing shoes, weirdo. So,
Okay.
I mean,
all
look,
right,
I mean, I don't want to
That's
point anything
where
out
the
here, but I
grippers
mean,
are
you know,
out.
when the developer's not wearing
Okay,
shoes and I'm not
all
wearing
right.
shoes,
Well,
someone's standing out.
here's the thing,
Look, I
right?
wanted
You're
to
trying to
make
get around
sure-
tables.
I
That's
wanted
right.
to make sure that the shoes were on the right
Your
feet,
shoesies are
sir,
getting caught on the
okay?
tables while
That's
we're
what-
just like loopy
That's what I
looping, you
wanted
know?
to make sure here. Don't.
It's a fact.
That's right.
You gotta get them grippers.
Got to get the grips. Like the
So
Falcon.
unfortunately, this is like having 3 very ADHD adults in one room. What did
Yeah.
we decide on?
I believe. Wait, you said you wanted to do the identify.
We could do identifier.
we
Let's
can-
do
okay.
identifier. We'll do cemetery. That one was
Okay.
a cool map.
Did you want to do the big cemetery or the cemetery for 1 to 4 people? You didn't see that one yet.
Which would you prefer? How about that?
Yeah. You take us to whichever one you want to take us to.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
I'm gonna hate this because no, I am. You guys,
She's gonna press the button. I know.
no, I get so scared. I literally cry.
What?
I'm not like great at this game, you
She's
guys.
a dev.
Wait, what?
Yeah. She designed this. And just...
I get real nervous.
You designed. What do you mean?
Oh, I'm not coming out of the van.
Yeah, which means I know what's scary, and then we put stuff in that's scary to me, and it's
Baron, come out of the van.
It's great, but it's
No,
not great.
I'm not coming out of the van.
Come out
I'm
now.
not doing it. No, you
Baron?
can't make me. No.
Why is there an elf
fine.
on the desk? Just things they could collect over the holidays.
Okay.
What
Coincidentally,
was I doing?
there is a very strong vomit smell coming from the inside of that thing.
Oh man, they need to work on that. Huh?
Also,
I bought it used.
Oh.
And
Did you buy it used from
it
him?
was as is. So
wow,
Okay,
sir.
that makes sense. Such a wild, great group.
do you guys want headlamps? Do we?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think Flash.
And you're gonna be so
Fine.
upset when I
Only
tell you
has
it takes
cell
up an
phone
inventory
charger.
space.
Wait, what? I'm just hanging out with
That's
Oreo.
okay. We get 4 inventory spaces in this game.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
What color bunny did you get? Oh, I don't know. I haven't been back to the
it's
lobby.
like-
And I'm not
It's
trying.
like
all I'm
an
saying
extra.
is, check
Yeah.
this out. Ready? Are you watching?
Yeah.
Are you watching?
Imagine.
Way to
Wow,
flex.
your neck
Did
is
you see
not
that?
fused to your
Did you see the
spine.
flex?
That's weird. Yeah.
Or the not flex? I don't know how we want to word that.
Get in the car.
All right, we're here.
Shotgun.
Backseat middle.
Yeah.
Backseat middle on the hump.
Oh man, I haven't played this game in so long. I'm really glad that Fogli is here. So, you guys from out of town?
Into the darkness.
Wait, is that Justice?
3 young survivors head into the darkness.
Justice?
Oh, sorry.
Are we here to find Rachel?
Rachel.
Guys, I'm sweating. I'm all.
Just oh my god, listen. Listen, we can't have somebody that develops the game that is like, listen, I'm really nervous about this for us, okay? You need to be like, we are so confident.
Right? You guys are in good hands.
We are
Check this
so
out. I didn't
good.
this, Baron.
Okay, I do
To
remember
be
how to do
fair,
this. I do remember the
Probably for
flashlight. I
one
do remember
right
that.
Speed
Okay.
door.
Excellent, excellent. This is our CCTV.
Nice.
So you guys can see it from there, and then also what's really fucking cool about this, you can like zoom way in,
Holy zoom,
or, like,
Batman.
way
No, wait.
out.
So when you
Yeah, yeah,
zoom
yeah.
in,
But
when
check
you
this
super
out.
zoom, can you then move it around after you do the zoom?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So like we can super zoom, and then
Oh
we
my
can like
God.
look around. Here's your infrared light.
That is wonderful.
But
That is
that's not even
fantastic.
the coolest part. That's not the coolest part. Keep your phone out
Okay.
and go outside.
Okay.
But keep your phone out.
Okay. Phone's out. Are you gonna send me a text?
Okay. Phones
Boom.
out, dicks
There.
out.
What?
No,
What?
that is
What?
not what they said.
No. All right, Flash, come here.
I
Baron, stay.
don't
Flash,
trust him
come here.
either. All right.
All right, Baron, look around. That's his cell
I'm
phone.
looking around.
Oh my God, Baron, switch to selfie mode.
Switch it. Yeah. Switch to selfie. Switch to selfie.
Is it R?
R is pull out your camera, and then you have to click.
All right, Baron, quick, vlog.
No. No. I'm so scared right now. I don't even know what's happening.
Here.
Hey.
Here. Baron hasn't seen it yet. All right,
Oh my God.
Baron, go in the truck. Baron, go in the truck and look.
Look.
Oh. Oh.
That's so good.
So another thing I can do is I can make it like black and white. There's no reason to, other than like I can. So, I do.
Why not?
Literally. I have
Alright,
no equipment.
so
in my
wait,
hands,
so
I don't think either
R-
of you do either.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh
what are
God,
we
I just
doing?
took a photo.
What
Whoop,
are
I
we
just
doing?
hotkeyed a photo. What's the
Yeah,
hotkey to switch it
Way
to
to go.
selfie?
There's no hotkey for that.
No, I thought there
So
was.
my hotkeys are as follows. I mean,
Oh,
maybe
God.
there is. I just haven't hotkeyed it. My hotkey is R to pull up my camera.
Okay.
Space for my built-in stopwatch. F for my built-in
Sorry,
sanity monitor.
Did you have a cough there for a second? I'm sorry.
Oh
You okay?
God.
6 feet.
Don't die,
6
am
feet.
I right?
6 feet.
And then but yeah, honestly, spacebar is important though for like the stopwatch for identify because some ghosts behave differently as
shit.
far as like sprays go. So, are you taking pictures of me?
It's very
I do
unintentional.
not consent.
I'm sorry. It's very, very unintentional. I'm just pressing buttons right now to figure out what I can do.
Hey,
and what I
what is
can't
going on over there? Why is she yelling she doesn't consent?
Nothing for no
What is
reason. No,
happening?
for no reason.
Huh?
I don't know
He's
why.
recording me. He's recording me.
Oh
Help!
my God. Flash!
Do they do streaming? They
Right,
do.
Hey,
They
are
do.
we in the state of California?
No, this is not a two-party. This is not a two-party. It's fine.
Oh, okay. It's a one-party consent. Okay,
Yeah, correct,
never
correct.
mind then. You're on
I
your
am in a
own.
one party.
What is the hotkey
Okay,
to
do you
switch
have any
back from
equipment?
camera to the info stuff? Is there
I have
one?
mine hotkey to Q, but you have to do that yourself in settings.
What the French toast?
Yo, Baron, I thought you said this guy was good at these games.
Listen here. Hey, you ignore that. Oh, you got a little. There's like a little grid here. That's
Yeah, I'm making
cool.
my way over up to the church. Over.
Alright, roger that. Over, up to the church.
All right.
You have to finish off your sentences with over, so that way I know that it's over. Over.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Ooh, sorry, the walkie was coming in hot. Okay. What should I grab? What should I bring?
Oh, so you're gonna open this bad boy up right here? I like to bring in the EMF and Geiger counter because I can turn them on and they stay on my hip and they're on the whole time. So like if I
Okay.
walk past something that I don't even know is evidence, they'll go off and I'll hear them and I can
Right.
switch over to them.
Yeah.
I like to bring my UV flashlight. Mostly because I just don't want to listen to the spirit box the whole time. And then my
Fair.
thermometer to find the ghost room.
And then I got a headlamp I can put on, and then I've got my
Yeah, so like you don't need to bring in the UV
spot.
flashlight.
Okay.
Don't bring anything in your two-hand spot right now.
I have located the ghost room.
Okay. I got some stuff and things.
Good news is it's in the
Flash,
cemetery.
hang on.
You're doing great, sweetie.
I'm sorry, I need you to repeat all that. I didn't hear anything you said. Over.
Is the walkie loud? Wait, sorry. Is the walkie loud for you?
It's so loud.
It's
We
so
can
loud.
say over when you're done talking.
I'm over it.
Would you just die faster, okay? Thank you. Over.
Wait, are you guys just waiting outside, waiting for me to die?
We would never do
No,
that.
he
Over.
hasn't. He hasn't even got his equipment. Over.
Flash, I'm gonna need you to pick up a little bit of your body, okay?
Okay, Dad.
I was
All right, let's go
told
find him.
I'd be playing with professionals tonight, and I'm not feeling it.
So when are you gonna play with those professionals? Like later on?
Okay, sure.
I found ghost room. Probably. Over.
Did you?
I don't actually know if I did. I mean, there's lights on over there.
Should I check for?
Fuck off.
I'm sorry.
It was nothing. It was just the wind.
Okay. That wind sounded very warpy. Okay. All right.
Hey.
All right. It's
Hello,
over here.
Clarice.
It's over this way.
Is it where the
No,
lights
no,
are,
no.
by chance?
It is not where the lights are.
Oh, did you turn on
Yeah,
those lights
you
or
would
no?
be wrong. I did not turn on those lights, but
So then
I
guess
don't
what,
know if I
guys?
trust you.
It is not a
See, it's
wee wee
a-
gomble, and it is not an echo because they cannot
What
turn
the
on
hell
lights.
did you just call me?
Write that down.
yeah, wee-wee.
It's a wee wee. It's not a wee wee.
Not a wee wee, and you said not a.
Not an echo because they cannot turn on lights.
We have freezing, Tim.
Oh, we do have freezing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Flash.
Hey, we have freezing.
Thanks, buddy. You're doing
I'm
so good.
doing it.
You're doing,
I'm doing it.
you're doing so
You're
good.
playing the game.
All right, hey, can I cross
We're so
off?
proud
Can
of
I
you.
cross
Yeah.
off wee wee? Okay. And also not a
Yeah,
what?
yeah, cross out wee wee and the echo.
And the echo. Okay. They are
Oh, you know
crossed
what?
off.
You know what? It can't be
Yeah.
a karaoke or Strigoi because it manifested on us, and those two cannot manifest. See? You can do no evidence.
Okay. It just takes some time, you know?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I still don't know them all. Touch this.
What the hell?
So
Alright.
we're gonna go get the rest of the stuff.
Alright, I've got
from
EMF on
Kay.
me.
I throw my stuff down. I'm going to the car.
Okay.
Good luck, Flash.
Thank you. Are you here?
So if the ghost is not actively in that room, you're not gonna get spirit box, but you can keep trying.
Roger that. Did you leave this
Okay,
room?
dumbass.
Wow, dude.
You said it not.
Okay. They said I could put that on my hip, so we're gonna do that. There's also the speakeasy guide on the phone that'll let you tell you the phrases. I do remember that.
I am so fucking lost right now, you guys.
Okay. The confidence level is not very high for you to say that.
I told you I was scared!
You're doing great.
Someone tell Devo to fix the volume on these things.
Yeah, the regular. Oh my. The regular volume of us near each other is fine. It's just the walkie is so loud.
Yeah, the walkie-talkie is kind of...
When we use the walkie-talkie, we should all just whisper as if we're doing ASMR.
Hey.
That does not help.
What is this?
Why don't you take a picture of it, Flash?
Take a picture?
Yeah, take a picture. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, I will do a bird noise so that way you can
Wait,
triangulate
Flash,
my
wait,
location.
don't.
Okay.
Don't. I was gonna troll you and make you do it, but we still have Wraith and Wisp, and we cannot outrun those, so we're not gonna do that.
So we should have Baron take a photo of it, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be gone by the
Okay.
time he gets here, though. We need to also be gone. We should go.
Okay.
So that's a Weeping Angel event. If you take a picture of it, the ghost starts hunting immediately, regardless of your sanity, like your heartbeat. Yeah. Super fun, and it would have been so funny to do to you, except
You know,
I'm not
I
gonna kill Wraith
appreciate
right now.
the non-troll.
Oh,
Hey, you probably want to look out there, okay, buddy? He's fine. Wait. Hey, make sure to be looking at your camera, okay? Wait, where's his camera? Where's his camera?
is he dead? He doesn't have his phone out.
Okay.
Take your phone out.
Damn it.
All right, Baron, so did it have feet by any chance? Were you able to see its feet?
Dragon, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Pixel Pixie, thank you for the 25 months. Jocelyn, thank you for the 24 months. Thank you guys so much. And Cookie Lady, how was your stream? All right, what else should we grab? We have...
I'm bringing in holy spray.
Hey, you okay? You're doing great, sweetie.
Excellent news.
Oh, excellent news, you guys. It is a Wraith.
Why is it ignoring him?
Unfortunately, it's very fast. No! It's not. Oh. Hey, that death animation. Do you like that?
I do like that.
Crazy how that happened.
It's crazy how that works. Anyway.
Anyway, we're gonna wait and see if he comes back.
Okay.
I like that the ghost is just walking away from him right now. It literally killed him and walked away.
Yeah. How's that taste, huh? You piece of trash. That taste, huh? You like my bare feet? I'm gonna walk all over you with my bare feet. Dude, I'll give you my bare feet. All right. Do I need anything for protection?
Holy water would be
Okay,
really,
roger that.
Really good idea. Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, we know it's a Wraith. Do you want to see the Wraith?
Well, we technically we
well,
just
we
saw
have
it,
to-
didn't we?
Yeah, but we have to escape behind, and someone died instead of escaping. I'm not gonna name any names.
Hold on.
Sorry, I lost my footing there for a second. What happened?
you fall down, big guy?
Baron, you did so good. Do you know what the ghost is? You know what the ghost is.
I know the ghost is.
How did it
and
feel,
I got
though?
The ghost photo. Thank you.
You look very
you
shocked
gotta
about
go,
this.
You gotta go through the death animation though. You gotta do it.
Oh yeah, Flash, you have to die.
Okay.
You gotta.
And if
do
you're
it,
gonna
Flash.
die, it's
You
gonna be to a
gotta
wraith. I
do
mean,
it.
Fine.
Yeah.
All right. Holy spray, right?
yeah, you don't need that though, because you're gonna go kill yourself. In
Oh
game.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
In
Oh, yeah,
game
yeah.
chat.
All right. All right. I'm gonna go say hi. I'll bring it over here.
I'll just follow you. So actually,
Okay.
wait, I can't follow you. The wraith only targets one person, so
Oh. We
Let's see who it
Oh,
hates.
Wraith
Finish
Roulette.
line.
Wraith Roulette.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like it. Let's go.
I mean, like we don't have to do that.
I mean, we could though. Oh, look at the map.
You know what I
You
mean?
are
Like,
here.
Yeah.
Some of us have already kind of. Some of us
Oh,
have
you want
already
to see
kind of
something
done
cool?
that.
Let's do a not speed tour of the cemetery. Okay, she's hunting.
Okay.
So if you come on down here,
Okay.
come on
Okay.
down to the butter barn.
Okay.
These are the catacombs.
We leave Baron back
Oh,
there.
is
Okay.
there a butter
Okay.
Oh, Baron's here.
Oh. Oh.
So I'm a big fan of the catacombs. I think
my
that they're
God.
amazing. Our developer, Devo,
Yeah.
he made this from scratch.
Jeez. How big is the catacomb? Hi.
Well, you're gonna find out.
Oh.
Come on down to the butter
Come on
barn.
down.
Who's got equipment on? Your headlamps! Oh my god.
It's fine.
It's not me, it's not me, it's not me. Who's got heartbeat?
It's me. Get spritzed on. Never mind.
Great, Flash. You're
It was
doing
me.
So good. Oh, don't do that to yourself.
It was me. Oh, that's right. Oh, which one? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Which one? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 4? Squeaky feet. Okay, do we want squeaky feet or sleepy? Sleepy? All right. What does that mean? Do I just randomly pass out? Hopefully. Oh my god. Oh my god. I tried to spray it and it just killed me. What happened? Oh
Yeah,
god.
you gotta spray it
Okay,
better.
buddy.
Well, how do I spray it better? What do I do?
You just have to really
You're
want
doing
it.
So good. Yeah, you're doing
Okay,
so
but
good.
can I test spray right now?
Yeah.
If it's not empty.
I
How
don't
many
think
sprays
it
you got
is.
left in that bad
Yeah.
boy?
2.
I think you double sprayed and missed the ghost.
How did I miss it? Was in front of me.
Not
How did I
to be
miss it?
confused with-
Spray and miss the ghost. Wow.
Is it left
Okay,
click or right
ghost is
click?
back. Ghost is back.
Is it left click or right click?
It's right click.
Okay.
Just go, I got you. Just go, just go, just go, just go. Go, 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 go.
Baron, run!
Go, go.
I'm running.
It's so
Baron
angry!
Turn his fucking headlamp off. You guys have your headlamps
I'm
on. Of course
sorry.
you can.
How do I turn it off?
I don't know.
Hey, we did it.
It's okay. It's okay. See?
But you said it's on. How do I turn it off?
Well, now it's off. You have to hold.
You hit T.
Oh goodness, T.
Oh, I never held
Well,
T.
and-
I had my light from my phone on. I never had the
Yeah.
headlamp on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
look
no,
at
no.
you-
So
look
if
at
your
that.
phone is down, you just click T to turn on your headlamp on and off.
Oh, if
So I
the
have to put your
phone
phone
is
down.
Oh, if the
Yeah,
phone
yeah.
is down. Okay.
Yeah.
But if your
Yeah,
phone's up,
see?
tapping does your phone,
Okay.
and then holding does your headlamp.
Ah, okay. So like this, my
Yeah.
headlamp is
So
off.
let's just see what your next task is. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't think I brought a motion sensor with us, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well.
So I don't think we get a perfect game, unfortunately.
I
But
guess we'll have to
Okay.
let Baron die again.
That's fine.
Aaron did get a flawless ghost.
Hey, you know
Yeah.
what I got when I died, sir? I
What?
got a flawless ghost photo. You know what you got when you died, sir? Nothing.
I either missed spritz or I don't know.
Hey,
So their
speaking of
ghost should be,
this,
like,
is-
right about
is this
here.
alcohol?
What do you mean, this right here?
He's a ghost. He's a ghost.
Wait, I'm right clicking and nothing is happening on the spray, by the way.
Yeah, it's empty. You
It
used
says-
So
all.
I've got good news.
Oh.
And I've got.
Throw it
bad
down on the
news.
ground.
Oh, it's empty. Okay.
And then look
I
at
think
it.
the two was the
Yeah.
slot that it was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I've
I have a
got good
Geiger
news,
counter,
and I've
though.
got bad news. Which one do you want first?
It's hunting?
Oh! Flash, I hope
No.
you fall asleep.
Okay.
No, I hope so bad you
Why
fall
would you
asleep.
say that?
Because it would be so funny if you fell asleep.
You tell her, Baron. Where is she?
Okay.
There she is,
We're
Captain.
good there. We're good. Good. Oh, come with
Maybe
me,
it'll
come
go
with
after
me.
him.
it is. He's the target, not us.
Oh, okay, good deal.
He's so wanted right now.
So you'll hear the heartbeat if you're the target, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
he sprayed the Wraith already, so he has a chance to actually outrun her right now. Once you
Okay.
spray her, you like her speed decreases for the rest of
Oh,
the hunt.
cool. Okay.
It's a Wraith unique thing.
Right.
Now what we're gonna do though is we're gonna come on in here
Okay. Ooh.
and we're gonna see if we can get this event after she's done hunting.
Okay. But what if she hunts in here?
Better hope you're not the target, I guess.
Hey, roger that.
I'll run into her since I'm the
You
one that
you
hasn't
think
died.
Baron's
Knowing
okay?
me, I'll get the death card.
Hey, Baron, are you okay?
Oh my God. I just fell asleep.
Flash is asleep?
Oh, I'm just so tired. Oh my God.
Wait, where's Flash?
Oh, took a nap. Oh my God. What did I miss?
he just fell asleep.
Sorry,
That
just so
was- that was
sleepy.
Fell asleep.
I love sleeping.
Sorry.
Okay, guys, we can leave.
Hey.
Oh, never mind. She's okay, and she's hunting it. Run. I'm running.
Oh, okay. I don't hear a heartbeat.
I don't either. It's still Baron. It's still Baron. But don't run into her because she'll still get you.
Okay. So just keep my distance and watch the chase.
Yeah.
Baron, quick, your shoes untied. Quick, Baron, tie your shoes.
Come on.
That's what he gets.
Oh crap, not again.
Flash, you okay?
What the hell just happened? I don't know how I died. I think they are also confused as to how I died. Oh, he's teabagging me. Oh, I deserve that. Sons of bitches.
Nearly.
Oh, God. I was like, oh,
So
no.
scary. Did you circle it this time?
Yeah, I don't know what that was because of.
Circled Wraith. I got it this time. Right?
Oh, you know what we can
Ma'am, I
do?
am level 5.
Flash, speak to me. Say something.
Hi. Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, that's.
Did
Hey,
you
how are
circle
ya?
Wraith?
I did circle Wraith. By the way, Baron.
Wait, hold on.
You.
Let me talk. Let me talk to him.
You go.
Let me talk to him. Hey, Flash, did you see that I teabagged you?
I hope somebody pisses in your Cheerios, you piece of shit.
I'm sorry, you came up there a little bit choppy. Over.
Oh, sorry. Let me try again. Fuck you.
Okay. I think he was.
I think he said he loves
Look on
you.
your face.
I do
Yeah,
love.
I think he said he loves me too.
I do love you. You know what I really love though?
What's that? Okay.
I wonder what
really
that's.
selfie
I'm
of us.
very curious what that sounds like on their side. So they can hear me through the spirit box. Who are the other two people? It's Baron and Folia. Okay. Good job, team.
Well, I got a bunch of money from that one because I didn't die.
Yeah, no, same. That was
I
good.
got 268 bucks.
14 hundo.
I got 1,500.
I'll take it. So did it run into me? Is that how I died?
Maybe this time though, like a small map.
I'm confused as to how I died. Because I fell asleep and then I was murdered.
Yeah, so
Did you
that's
did
the
you
whole
get a
point of
full card at
Hangman.
all?
So the Hanged Man makes
Yeah.
it so that you come back, but like with an adverse effect. So Squeaky Feet, for example, would go
Oh.
squeak, squeak, squeak,
Right.
squeak, squeak, squeak,
Oh,
and
like
the ghost can
SpongeBob? I
hear you
should've picked
everywhere you
Squeaky
go. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Oh my
And then
God.
Sleepy's like bloop, and you fall asleep, but the ghost like can still kill you when you're sleeping.
I don't understand like why it targeted me when it was going after him for no reason.
Because you fell asleep and your body went whoosh into the ghost.
Okay,
you
so when we
threw
fall
yourself
asleep, our
in
body
the middle
goes
of the pan and
whoosh.
the ghost. Yeah, you did a full fucking cartwheel.
What the shit?
Well,
Oh, I'm
and
so
it was more
tired.
motion, object in motion.
Whoosh.
Listen. Hey, an object in motion stays in motion. You were running.
Okay, but
Alright?
but object
You
was
were
going
in
down.
motion.
Object was not going flippery doodah to the other
No,
room.
no. Object was going this
Alright.
way.
God damn it.
All right, that's how it works. It's science. It's basic
All
math.
right, all right.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Write it down.
It's
Okay. Oh, where are we
science.
going now? It's science.
Where do you wanna go?
Kraken? I can do one more map.
He really
and
wants to
then-
go to the crack den.
'cause-
Okay, let's do
Kraken
cleanse.
Okay.
Expert
let's do
crackhead
cleanse.
cleanse.
Yeah.
Crack cleanse. Let's go.
Yeah. Basically, we
Cracklins.
just go in there
Yeah.
with a couple of 9mm.
Let's go.
We're cleansing this.
Get cleansed on.
All right. Oh, let's see.
You haven't fell asleep running before? The game is called The Other Side.
No. You guys get comfortable back there. Don't worry about it.
What? What happened? What? What?
What? Oh, there it is.
Looking at all the creators' posters.
I'm not bringing pills. There's no reason. And
We're lucky enough
Why am I
that we are
forgetting?
getting the opportunity to play
Motion
with our
sensors.
friend Foglia, who's one of the devs for the game, but also does a lot of streaming.
Hey, look at my shirt now.
What's your shirt look like now?
oh my goodness, you scared
We
me.
got
Clothing, outfits, tops. Cute but cursed. Should I wear the cute but cursed shirt? Oh, that one has bullet holes. Cool Halloween one. Nice little other side pocket tee. Gotta love that. Does her jacket say Dev? It might. It might say Dev. Maybe I should just, I'll just stick with what I have. I'll stick with what I have. Okay, I'm ready. I'm sorry. I was just taking a look.
Are you kidding? All of that to say I'm going to stick with what I have?
I was going to wear the cute but cursed shirt, but I
Wow,
decided to just
sir.
stick with my
Wow.
guns.
I thought that we were exploring the game, sir. I didn't know
Fine.
we were just
Okay.
staying in our one.
They asked for it. Give me this. Nope. Give me this. Return. Bottoms. There we go. Return. Footwear. I should stay. I'm still saying no footsies. Headwear? Nothing. Shit. All right, good enough for me. Return. Exit wardrobe. All right, let's go.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Oh, dude, sick fit.
Thanks.
Wait, I want my pajamas.
Wow. I thought we were being professional, but I guess because we can go with whatever, you know. Fine.
I'm just trying to figure out what's not professional about my fit. See, look at that.
Pajama party.
Look.
Okay.
Pajama
fine,
party.
Fine. All right. Fine.
Outfits, none. Shit. I'm not gonna have any of this stuff. Tops, zip up hoodie, oh, I could rock a blazer. Oh. Bottoms. Do I have bottoms that match that? Hell yeah, let's go. Now I'm professional. All right, now I'm professional.
Oh my goodness, we're twinsies.
Let's go, because this is a professional wear. This is what pros look like when they wear stuff.
Mhm. Hang on. Hang on. Stay. Don't move. Don't move.
Okay. Okay.
We're holding toes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Baron, did you hear this?
He can't hear anything inside the wardrobe.
I
It's
know.
amazing.
I'm just gonna wait.
It's
Right
so
here. I'm
good.
just gonna wait right here.
There we go.
Looking good.
Thank you.
Now who's not looking like part of the team?
Okay. Okay. Well, I didn't know that we were. I thought
Nice.
we were going with a different kind of thing.
Oh no,
over
that's
here.
okay. You can rock your mandals all you want. We'll just go find the ghosties. Let's go.
Wow. Wow, sir. The only thing you found last round was death.
Hey,
Weird.
twice, sir. Twice. Clarify.
Hey, Flash.
Yeah.
Hey, Flash.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Why did your mods mute the other developer?
Wait, what happened? What did they say?
I don't know. He's just muted in your chat.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. There goes your chances.
Listen here, pink
Way to
shirt.
go.
You need to relax yourself.
Okay.
There's a possibility if they were repeating themselves that they might have been muted.
That's fair. What's worse is his birthday's in like 2 hours, and y'all muted
My
him.
son's birthday is
Happy
in 20
birthday, you're
minutes.
muted.
Wow. Mods, now that Devotee is over here, can we give him VIP in my channel?
Cedar Street. Oh, I remember this house. I think I remember this house. Now I know what you mean by the crack den.
You're a crackhead.
That's not what are you even talking about? You just be quiet back there.
Hey, I can't see what's
Don't
going
make me
on,
pull
but
this
if
car
I
over.
could-
Good. Thank you, Sinister. Thank you. But fancier. There's a lot of stuff going on.
And happy
Alright.
birthday to Tiny Flash.
Oh, thank you.
Wait,
You're
who's
welcome.
Tiny Flash?
My child.
Flash's child? Like,
What?
what do you mean?
You have a
It's little
child?
Flash.
I got a couple of them, man.
He's got a even what? There's
Oh.
no way you're serious.
I think he might be. I'm not sure.
I think he is serious about. I think he is
control
serious about,
left mouse. Oh, there we go.
about having a couple of children. I mean, I don't know.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, Dinks.
I couldn't tell if you were serious. You didn't know that he had kids.
He's such a weenie. Don't worry
I
about
mean,
it.
I don't know. He's never invited me over to his home before. So
It's funny. He's never invited me to his. Let's go to the crack den.
Yay, cracked in.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
by
wait,
the way,
Flash.
if
Yeah.
you go into
Yeah.
the settings, if you go into settings and go to gameplay, you can enable easy door, and so you could just click on the door and it opens it up rather than having to drag it.
Settings, gameplay,
And
easy
then
door.
also in your phone where we had evidence guide or like your identifier, now it's evidence guide, and you should hover over that just to give yourself an idea of like what you're looking for here. Because we're not looking for yes, I have EMF,
gotcha.
no, I don't. We're looking for
Okay.
layers.
Okay.
Ogres have layers. Remember that.
Layers. Like onions.
In fact, remember that I already have radiation. We have radiation 1. Oh, we threw this. Radiation 1. So
Someone
it's
left
1
pills on the
because if you
couch.
take a look-see. Bro, there's pills everywhere. Oh, take a picture! Take a picture!
I don't. My
Oh, there he
phone's
is.
not
I
out.
missed. I got him. I got him.
Okay.
Fine.
Nice.
So in your identifier evidence guide thing,
Yeah.
you're gonna go to where it says radiation and just click on radiation 1 so you don't forget that's what we got.
Okay. And then if you
'Cause
get
if it's
more
not
layer,
over
then
500,
you adjust.
it's 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're an expert.
All right. We have 15 degrees in here, by the way.
Wait, I have a cold spot right here. So if you guys take your thermometer and aim it right where I have it really fast. Fast. Aim where I do.
Ooh.
That's a cold spot. So we had -9 as a cold spot, so I'm gonna mark that as
So how-
moderate thermal. Oh shit. What the fuck?
It's hunting! It's hunting!
Quick, run.
Oh, I was trying to get under the table. I can't do that.
Okay. So we had Baron's gone.
Okay, so this is the favorite room. We got very lucky. Dude.
Okay.
Oh,
Holy
fuck.
heartbeat, Batman. All right. We're good. We're fine. Turn that on. Leave that there. Geigers. Put that there. Go out here. Poop out here.
Yeah, let's make sure we have as much equipment on in the exact same spot as possible.
Yeah,
to
we
really
took a
overwhelm
poo
our
op.
senses.
Oh my God.
All right, let's go get some.
You hear that in there?
Would one of you take that easel inside?
Where's the easel?
If you scroll down on the left
Over
side where it
there.
says general, you're gonna grab that one.
Ah, okay, he's got it.
All right, I'll carry it.
Thank you. What else might we? What
Yeah,
else might we
I'm
need?
used to lifting the heavier objects.
You should bring the shield and the lighter and a holy water spray if you don't already have one. Okay,
Right,
so yeah, just bring shield and lighter. You're
holy
gonna have holy water spray.
spray, lighter. Okay,
Yeah. Write that down.
write that
Okay.
down. Write that down.
So what I have in my hand passively gets audio evidence.
Okay.
And it says, I don't know if you can see it, but it says recording and it points to that first light and then audio sample stored
Oh
on
yeah.
that second one.
Yeah, I see it.
So if the ghost talks, you'll see
Mhm.
that second light start to flash.
Ooh,
And you
okay.
can play it back. I like this one because I have a touch of the tism and that sound is really so great.
I walk a
So instead of
lonely
this,
road.
this will do the same thing.
Only road that should I go ahead and light this candle or should I wait?
No! Sorry, no.
Damn,
So that's
okay.
that's a protective item.
All right.
And once you use it, you can't undo it.
Okay.
And we really need that.
Okay. What about this lighter? Can I
Okay, so
just
now we're
start
gonna go
flick-
investigate the rest of the house.
Okay.
Let's go.
Should I bring anything with
Oh,
me?
look, it just touched a light.
No, you don't.
Like
have
an EMFer.
Do you want to like be a ghost hunter, or are you playing Candle Holder
I
Simulator?
don't know. I kind of like candle holder simulator. That sounds pretty sweet.
Then you can bring the candle holder
Let's
as long as you also bring a
go.
lighter to save us.
Okay. I do. I have all those things.
Oh, right here on the floor.
I got the
I
photo.
was too scared.
Where? I didn't
Good.
see anything.
Okay, so right
You should have
here.
opened your eyes, sir.
Guys, UV.
What?
Splooge on the floor.
Ew,
We have
gross.
UV
There's
one
goo
on the
there.
floor.
No, that's,
No,
that's me.
everyone put as bright of lights as you can so we can't see the UV.
Oh, sorry.
I,
You completed the
me,
task.
ma'am.
Nice goo.
It's okay. So I'm gonna mark that as UV1 just so I don't forget because I have the brain of a goldfish. Oh, you touched something. What was it?
Man, I gotta mark things. Wait.
mark it, sir.
I did. Good gravy. It
See,
tou-
he likes being serenaded.
It touched the door.
Which one was that?
It touched this door right here.
Eleanor.
It touched that door.
Eleanor.
Are you looking for goo?
I don't see
Oh,
any
yeah,
UV.
I'm looking for goo. You have to look on both sides. You have to look on the other side.
Aw.
Where's that gun?
Oh, he's back in the garage. See?
Okay.
We just watched the trip wire go in there, and then
Let's go
he
touch
fixed
him.
it, So we're gonna go back in here. Are you here?
Yes.
Can you talk?
Yes.
Do you hate me?
Ah,
Okay.
writing?
Gotcha.
Scribbles. We've got scribbles.
Scribbles. That's a
Left
one.
level. What?
That's a
Oh,
one.
it just threw
Flash.
something.
Trash.
It just threw something.
That's a one.
Find it.
Flash.
Right here.
No!
Oh my God.
I got it again. Let's go. Kicking ass. Yeah.
Anyway, everything's fine.
Oh, the lamp is on. What do we do now? There's a lot of sound happening at one time.
So when electronics go off like that, I'm turning that
Yeah.
off. That's EMF 1 again. So
Okay.
when like electric things, radios, lights, things like that, you're gonna check EMF
Okay.
and Geiger. At this point, I think EMF 1 is safe, and I think that radiation 1 is also safe. Which
Okay.
is
I took a picture of the
really
lamp in case
shitty.
we need it.
Excellent, excellent.
When I need to light said shield, when it gets to that point, do I just right click because I have the lighter?
No, you're gonna
Light
place
it,
it on the
light
ground,
it, light
and
it,
it creates
light
a
it.
bear circle. No, don't light it.
No,
don't
no,
light
no,
it.
no,
Don't
no,
light
no.
it. Don't put it on the table. It has to go on the ground. On the ground, not the table.
Well, should I go ahead and put it on the ground or should I just keep holding it?
Hey, look, UV2.
More goo. Ew,
Ah.
dude.
You're a
Control
ghost,
yourself,
confirmed.
It's a
Ghosty. Good grief.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay, we're gonna go back outside. We're gonna go reconvene. We need
Okay.
to reevaluate our situation.
Roger that.
Because we're all elevated.
Doing great.
I didn't even do that. You did it. Oh, we have audio. Fuck. Hang on. Okay, so it's flashing. Audio 1.
Hi.
I'm not dealing with that. Okay. Hey. So we have to come get the fixer out of here.
I think they said we had audio 1. Okay. Okay. Audio 1, roger that. What's that guy?
You're gonna pick that up. That's your fixer.
Is he being hunted?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, he is.
Baron, run!
Run in circles! Run in circles!
Run
Go
faster,
left.
Baron!
Run!
I hear his tears. I hear his tears.
Down ambiance
Let's
sounds.
delete my browser history.
So great. Run in circles! You're doing great!
He
I'd
sounds
throw you
so
some
angry.
stuff through the door, but I can't do that in this one.
Are you running hard?
On it!
That doesn't sound very good.
I'm okay. I think I survived.
I wonder if I got it. I wonder if I got it. I tried to take a picture through the wall.
Yep, looks good.
Ah, I didn't get it. Alright, let's see. To be fair, I did say that he should go outside. I did
You
say
did.
so.
You did, and he went back inside.
And he went back inside. So this here is the affixer. Come on over
Okay.
here. We're gonna do this where it's safe. So
Okay.
I'll let you pick that up and place it down so you can get a feel for
Pick
it.
things up and put them down.
I pick things up and put them down.
All right. I'm left clicking. It's not doing anything.
You're gonna click E.
Hey, I picked it up.
Yeah. Okay, now you're gonna place it.
Place it out here.
Yeah, wherever you want. It's
Wherever?
fine.
But,
Yeah.
how do I place it?
Because this is just to show you. F or G, I don't know. I have mine to 1 and 2. I changed all my
F.
key bindings.
Okay.
I
So it
can't
doesn't really
remember.
matter. I'll just place it out here anywhere.
Yeah, because it has to be in its favorite room to scan, but I'm just showing you.
Oh, how
how
it
use
works.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, so in our phones, we have so much level 1, it's detrimental to our mental health. But that's okay.
Oh yeah, we had writing and it was
perfect. Oh my God,
incomprehensible
listen.
scribbling, right?
Yeah, but we need more than just the 1. There's more audio. I just don't want to be in here.
Well, an EMF.
Okay, we have audio too. We have audio too.
Okay.
So, like right now, you could click on the screen.
Okay, audio 2. Okay.
Well, no. You're gonna type it into the affixer.
Oh.
So you click on this bad boy right here,
Okay.
and you're gonna type in add space audio space 2.
Mine.
Oh, hey,
my
you're
breath-
back.
My mouth tastes like salt. Like it's like a saltiness.
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Had
And then
nothing
you
to do
can
with
do
the
add
ghost.
UV
So I added audio. Okay. So
Did you?
yeah, audio was added.
What's with all those keyboard sounds you're doing over there?
Because
Yeah, do it.
because it's connected to my mouse for my push to talk, so it's typing B over and over again. When I try to talk,
Okay.
when I try to do the same.
Wow.
Baron, you type it in.
Hey, Baron, you should type it in.
You type it in.
All right. What?
He's fucking up over here.
Wow,
You're gonna
dude.
do add UV2 because we got UV2. No, like you're doing great. Like you are doing
Okay.
great.
Yeah,
So
usually when
good.
people are doing great, they just tell them that they're absolutely f***ing it up. It's fine.
No, like you're
All right, I added
doing
UV too. Are we good?
so good.
Yeah. You're doing so good.
Oh, telephone, it's for me. I gotta go, guys.
All right. Where am I lugging this thing?
I'm doing a
Yes,
selfie.
over here. Do we have anything else we need to add in here?
I think UV2, EMF 1, radiation 1. I think those are all like pretty safe. We've gotten them so many times at this point.
Wait, Baron. Wait, Baron.
So yeah, audio 2.
Selfie.
You can do radiation 1, EMF 1.
Who's doing so- Oh no.
Took a selfie.
The tired platypus.
And then you can scan it when you're
Excuse
ready.
me?
All right.
Say
So
something.
here, I'm gonna show you this
Tired
part. Ready
platypus?
for this?
A platypus?
I don't know what's going on. All right.
Howdy,
Right,
the
we just gotta
platypus.
add that in, right like that. All right, and it should be. We should be good.
Hey, so run away right now. Run. Baron. How
It
many
was
characteristics
yellow.
do we?
What is yellow?
How many? Yellow means we ran away. How many characteristics do you need on expert, Baron?
3.
4. He was trying to kill
More.
us.
Dang.
I
He was
was
gonna get us
not
killed.
trying.
You
to
were gonna get
kill
us
you.
killed. You were gonna get us killed. It was gonna be incorrect and we were gonna die. Audio
No,
UV radiation.
that's not true.
I'm inclined to not believe you.
Okay, but I was in there too. Why would you do that?
Well, I mean, I had to sell it. You know what I mean? Like, you
Okay,
couldn't just.
So
Like, it would,
my dad
would've
looked at
looked
that
really
chicken.
weird. It doesn't really All right, go on in there, Flash.
Let's go at the same time. 3, 2. All right, I'll see you later.
Flash. Son of a bitch.
Bing, bing.
Baron, careful. She's going full Axel Foley on us.
Ah, we're still good at this game.
Leviosa.
Okay.
Okay, so now you're gonna
The
take
boy
this
who
probe.
lived
Take this.
has come to die.
Oh,
Holy
Jesus,
shit.
fuck.
I tried to microwave a hard-boiled egg.
Listen. I told you need to work on your spells. You're getting a little out of hand.
Wait, is it Leviosa? Or
No,
is
it's
it
Leviosa.
Oh, damn it. That's what it was.
All right, what am I looking for?
Lumos.
I forget what I'm looking for with this.
Lumos.
Oh my god. Am I looking?
Lumos.
Am I waiting for it to blinky?
I
Oh,
don't-
it's blinking.
Yeah.
It's blinking.
Yeah. See this right here? See this right
Yes.
here? Take a picture of it and then pick it up.
Take a picture and then pick it up. All right. Oh, hold on, I'm in selfie mode.
Beautiful, even better.
I got something down here, but I don't.
Okay, I've got it.
I don't
Nice.
see it.
Okay, so now we're gonna take a picture. Oh,
Oh, you got that though. You absolutely got that.
Fighty. I did. I'm gonna fuck him up though. Okay.
Oh, another one.
All right. Oh, right here. You can
So how do you know it's the one? Oh, because you're just looking for the bottles? We take a photo of it, right?
Yeah, take a photo for extra money. There's
there's
bottles
different
and then there's shotgun
artifacts?
shells.
But when you hover over it,
Got
it'll
it.
say artifact.
Okay.
We're looking for 6 of these bad boys.
Oh, there's another one over here.
We'll find it.
Well,
Why are you telling me?
I don't know, because it's blinky blinky.
You think I know where it is?
Yes,
That's
it says
crazy.
artifact. It's right here.
Ah, dude, so I told you you're doing great.
See, look at that. I learned.
Here. Turn it off, get in here, turn it off. Turn it off, please turn it off. Oh my god, you might have gotten us cooked already. He might have pinged off of it. No, okay, light the candle, he's gonna keep coming back, put the candle on the ground. No need to panic, but he's gonna keep coming back. I really need to light that. I really need it lit.
How do I light it?
Let's light the candle. Point at the candle and light it.
Well, how do I light it?
Flash, please. Oh.
I kept left clicking. It wouldn't do it. I got it. Relax. I'm a professional.
I used so much.
I'm a professional. I got it. Baron?
I used all of my spray.
All right, should I leave that candle
Okay,
there?
hey.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, you can't pick it
Hey,
up.
yeah.
Okay.
Is everything okay? I feel like you guys were like.
there was a
freaking
lot
out
of
bit.
panicking happening there.
I don't want to hide with him anymore.
What? What do you mean?
You left your probe on.
Oh,
Yeah, how is he supposed to see? How is he supposed to see the creature?
Oh my god, where's this artifact? God damn it.
I found 2 down here.
I'm gonna stand out here for a second.
Okay.
Catch my thoughts.
The flash just in general, all right, lighting a candle. All right, you want to light the lighter, all right, and then use that to light the candle.
Okay. Well, see, I lit the lighter, but then it wouldn't light the thing, even though I was left clicking the thing.
Wait, are we flashing right here?
I mean,
Are
yeah.
we wub-wubbing somewhere? We are. We're wubbing. All right, flash. I found it. We're wub-wubbing.
I'm flashing. Yeah,
That's all.
get flashed on.
Was that a perfect game? Was that a perfect game?
Quick,
Oh,
go,
we
go.
did. We suck, but it's okay. It's okay. That was really good. That was good. That was good.
Wait, what happened?
We just didn't get a sanctified cross interaction, and once
Oh.
that's like if you put the cross on the wall, it confirms the ghost favorite room, and it'll flip it over, like the ghost
Okay.
interacts with it, and you can take a picture of it, and it gets a lot of money.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah,
once
but
you
didn't
cleanse
do
the
that,
ghost,
so-
you can't do it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you said you were gonna bring the cross in, so.
I never said I was bringing a cross in. I had the candle.
No, we heard you say it.
I never said the cross. I had the candle.
No, back at
Aaron.
HQ, you specifically said you were gonna put that
Yeah.
cross on the wall. You said it when we were still in the car.
I never said it.
Yeah. Just hold on. Just hold on a second. I was just. Can you stand back up for a second?
Gallery's full. Oh.
There we go.
Free up space. Let's see what we got here. This is a useless photo. Delete this shit.
All right.
I got all
That was
the
a good
photos
game.
I need.
All right, wait.
Yeah,
How many
just
photos
showing
did you get of
them
my
on
crotch?
OnlyFans photos. Enough to pay the bills.
Wait, how much does it pay?
A lot.
Oh, what the hell? I feel like I'm missing out on this lucrative deal. Definitely a lot to learn. Yeah, for sure. Hey, that's way more money than I got last time.
Cleanse has an overall
It helps when
higher
you don't
payout.
die.
Yeah.
And then depending on what
1400 bucks.
photos, if you click view photos, you can actually see like what photos were worth what in your, if you open your tablet and go to view contract summary and then view photos, you
Okay.
can see what photos are worth what.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear that?
Oh, that's a good ghosty photo. Look at that one. That was the one he was in the hallway where he freaked you out.
Yeah.
That's a great
Oh, look
ghosty
at that
photo.
selfie you guys took. That's so
Look,
cute.
I
So
got
you
one
can
of you
click
and
store
him.
photo and it'll save it to your computer.
Sheesh. Look, I got that
So
photo.
if you guys want that selfie forever,
So how do you store it?
Which one?
Store
at
photo.
the
I
bottom
see.
of it
I
says
see.
store photo.
Done. I took a selfie with me and you.
I don't see that photo.
Yeah.
Scroll.
Scroll down. Dingle.
Just a bunch of tablet kids.
Oh, look.
now.
Scrolling here. All I see, I got
One-
Flash.
Well, scroll up.
I see a couple crotch shots. Thanks, Baron.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna save. I'm gonna store that ghosty photo.
No,
That
weird.
was a
I don't know
good
why
one.
it's not showing up. Scroll up more.
I can't scroll up any further.
You
I
don't
can
want
see-
it enough.
I can
That's the
see all the
problem.
things.
We can see it.
I
I
can
just
see
think
all the
the
things.
game knows you don't
Wow.
want it enough.
Wow. Okay. I don't have to take this kind of abuse.
I mean, yeah, you do. He took off. He ran.
He's gone. No, he's where is he?
Forever.
His staff only.
One for our homie.
So if you light them inside, check this out. Check this out. Baron, we're gonna light
Does
fireworks
it just light? Does
inside.
it light the building on fire? It's just cool that there's so much you can do. We're gonna light
Yeah.
fireworks off inside.
Okay, we should probably be safe about this.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Catch the
then-
firework. It's all part of the game. Yeah, catch
Oh
up.
my god, can you mount this like onto the wall or something like that and get
No, but I put it on top of tables, and then I can bring my firework table wherever I want to go, and it's fucking crazy. Like, check this out.
Good night, Macy.
Check this out. All right, everyone, close your eyes and wish real hard. I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons and land apart.
I didn't close mine. You're liking it better? It's just cool. There's so much customization that they've done to it. And they've just added stuff over and over and over time. Fox, they give it the 17
I have a
months.
firework table inside. Oh wait, it's outside.
Inside
right
your
now.
Christmas
But
house?
what I do? Yeah, hold on.
Oh my
All right,
god.
and then I take this and I bring it inside.
What? Oh, well, look. Oh, well. See, you left Baron with fireworks. What do you expect to happen?
Can we? That's okay. Can we get the door for me?
All right.
My hands are just really fluid. Okay, can you open that door for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. And then you just put this here, and then you just light them all inside.
Ready, Baron? Go, 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 go,
Got it.
go, 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 go. Game on! Jesus Christ! And grandma's dead. If
I'm on
these walls
fire.
could talk, but their mouth got
So,
blown
like,
off.
Did we need this in game? No. Am I thrilled?
But do you have it?
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh,
Of course we did.
I'm sad.
Eventually, you'll be able to play with it.
Yes. Yes. Pool? Can I play pool? Oh, no pool. Just trying to interact with all the things.
I got a bowl of
I
water.
just, a bowl of water right here in case you were thirsty.
Yeah, thirsty? Get down there.
Oh, thank you.
And like some
Wa-
kibble if you want
waffle.
it. There you go.
Wha-
Did you say
that a
waka
muffin?
waka? Did you just turn what?
A waka 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 waka. waka.
Waka waka.
You know what? Like if keep playing this, I'm gonna be one of those people that's gonna spend like fucking hours just sitting here.
Just
decorating my
customizing
plays.
the lobby.
Yeah,
and
so-
yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best ones I've seen. One of our moderators for the Discord, Miranda, she did the art gallery as a complete library, and it's the wildest thing because like when you buy a shelf, right, it looks like this,
Miranda just said,
Okay, and
"That's
then-
me."
and then so then she has to
Hey,
go
wait a
through
sec.
and like
That's you.
purchase books and like put them on each shelf, you know. And she like took the time to make it like it's a whole fucking library there, and it looks wild, absolutely
Oh.
wild.
And you have to do each book individually.
Not individually, so like
Oh,
there's
okay.
different like rows of books. Like,
Oh,
we have different
okay.
Kinds. We've got one.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Okay.
I know Flash won't ask this question, so I'll ask it on his behalf. Is there anything that could be used as a sex dungeon?
Let's think. You know what? Oh, come with me. Come with me.
God,
Get out of the house.
From the outside. Oh my god.
All right,
Wait,
get
where'd
in,
you
get
go?
in the car,
Oh, you're
guys.
over here. Oh, there you are.
No, just get in the car. Trust me.
Oh, okay. Just get in the car.
Man, bitch, we're
After
going
someone
shopping.
says, "Hey, where's the sex dungeon?" You say, "Get in the car." I'm not too sure what we're about to find.
Hey,
Hey,
look,
listen. You get in the car and you don't ask questions.
Oh, okay. Roger that. The library she's referring to, I spent 2 hours decorating. I mean, with how much customization there is. Find a gimp and
okay.
he'll simp. Chino's asked me to decorate his now. I feel like if I got more into it, I feel like I could get sucked into decorating for a while.
All right.
Take a look around and view it. I just love that he's in the back each time.
I know.
Yeah, you know what that means? That means he has the worst internet out of all of us.
No, oh, because
all
based
of
on
us, all
connection
three of us.
speed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just sucks.
Get wrecked. I like that has meaning. That's fantastic. Maybe if you paid for
All right,
better
so if I'll be
interwebs, you wouldn't have
real
the
chill
bitch
about
seat.
this,
Is this a sex
Uh,
dungeon or an orphanage?
just come inside. Just come inside. This is an orphanage.
Come
fuck?
inside,
All
it's
right, come
fun
with me.
inside.
No, I'm not saying that's what this is, but you asked if there's anything
don't.
that could be.
Sexual
right?
dungeon. Washer, dryer, nice. Okay, okay. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, this is a.
Yep, this is it.
Oh yeah. All right, go
All right,
ahead
hang
and
on.
hit record.
Hang on, one of you come out here because I want you to see this. One of you
Okay.
go out there.
Okay.
You can both go out there. I'll stand here. So, you can see us, but like we can't see you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's
what
pretty
am I
fucked up.
doing right now?
Oh my god. Do we have the ability to emote?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's coming.
Okay.
Not as an emo, like animation is what we're calling it.
Okay.
It's fine. It's just upstairs.
I like it.
I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to play another one because I thought Baron was like, I'm done, but then he's like, so sex dungeons in games.
I think
like,
there's
like, how do you end on
curiosity
that?
got the better of him, I think.
It did.
Hey, Scott.
It did. But
You
yeah,
can customize your
Vegas,
character
yeah.
and not have shoes? That is correct.
So this is the one.
Got my dogs out. As we see here, the Baron in his natural habitat. Oh, he's here. And he's in the sex dungeon. Grabbing
You're gonna
selfies
throw like a good party for it. Wait, wrong one. It's like a real party in there.
It just feels like he's looking at me.
And then, do you guys? Okay, so there's one more thing I want to show you guys.
Okay.
But it's not on this map. And then I'm going to leave you guys to it.
Okay.
Okay. But it's really important. That you
Yeah,
guys see
some
it.
of us work for a living. So
Oh fuck! Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
See?
See,
That's
she
somebody
works
that can
hard for the
appreciate her
money.
work.
I bet she works real hard for the money.
Holy.
I love how
Clearly-
she's the most experienced in this game.
I told you straight up. I was like, I am not good at this game, and I cried. I was not going
Like,
to.
I designed the jammies. Leave me alone.
No, literally, I'm like,
I
"Are you
didn't
damn
design
ass?"
that.
I think this is a.
This is totally a Tantalus.
Doppelganger. Oh. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Clearly, you could tell from the way that the snow's coming down, it's a poltergeist.
I hope I'm right. If I'm right, that's gonna be so good. It's cool that, like, it's just one, like, I remember when we first played it a few times, it was just hard to get into.
Yeah. Like I said, it was a Skia. You guys get right back in the car. I just want to show you guys this, because this is.
Wait, where does
something-
it say what go? Oh, the Skio. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Get in the car. Get in the car and shut up.
So I'm gonna bring another headlamp because you're gonna need to see.
Okay. Hey, sissy. Morning, friend.
So what I'm going to show you is something that we do for the community, and it's something that we change up every so often.
It's a second sex dungeon, isn't it?
It is. It's a second one.
I knew it. The custom difficulties coming out soon is going to be amazing. Yeah, that's what she was talking about.
One wasn't enough. Oh, so remember when? Oh wait, Baron, can you hear me back there?
Baron, you good?
Yes.
All right, so do you remember when you were like, I want to go across the street? Well, we're there now.
Grand opening.
Now you wouldn't know because you can't see.
Oh yeah,
but
we'll
we're there.
describe it to you. Describe it.
Yeah. Can you give me a box?
Super excited for false evidence. Oh my god. All right. You said we need headgear? Okay.
Oh.
I'm ready. Did somebody just pee?
Oh my gosh. Hi guys. So anyway,
Hey.
sorry. I was
Hi.
muted. Hey. So this map is what ties Abigail and Henry together.
Okay.
It's what hinted towards the orphanage. It also is what hints at what's to come as far as maps go, and it's also a map that we used as a way to like recognize a lot of our community members, and I'm going to show you how we did that.
Okay.
And it's something that we change pretty frequently, depending on like most common in like the most active in Discord and stuff. So this is the orphanage plot. So during the time period that this entire cemetery would have been created, it was the time where orphanages and world wars were going on, plagues were going on, and historically speaking, at that time, because we're big on lore, at that time, the nuns were the ones who were taking care of the orphan children and the sick military men. So, if you look up here, that's Sister Abigail was buried here. So she's the nun from the big map, and she also haunts this one as well.
Okay.
And these are all of the orphaned children that are, dead and sad. Anyway, so this
Wait,
hinted towards
died?
Henry. Yeah.
I don't think
well,
they're
I
doing too
think
hot
baby
in there,
Henry's a
Baron.
ghost. And then this one hints at
Did you
another
spritz
map
me?
that's coming. But this one's really cool because this is where we took the opportunity to thank our community for helping us out because
The Australian
they're very
flag.
patient
I
because
like
we're only 2 people, so this is so we put their Discord names and the date they joined the Discord on all the plaques.
Okay.
So every single plaque in here is like one of those memorial garden style, and
Very
it has
cool.
the name of their Discord name, and then as well as the date they joined.
Nice.
As well as our
Wait,
content creators.
so you're saying that for the people that came in, super important people, that their names would be, basically would be immortalized here, right? Well, this would be good. Like, your mod team could
super
go around through
important
here and
to
just
us.
mute all of these people. Be a full name, full list for them.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Yours could just request nudies from you all the time.
Wow, sir.
Nip nops for days. That's all they want is nip nops for
Okay.
days.
Okay.
Well, it's really this whole
Yeah.
community. It's not just them.
So all of our content creators
Flash
have
is
theirs, and it gets switched around, and it's so cute.
Nip nop.
That's all.
No, that's really cool. I like
That is
that.
super cool. I was expecting to
It's-
see
it-
them
you know,
on
it's-
gravestones. I was like, oh damn, dude. But I guess that's close enough.
Most of
Well,
the
we
games
changed
that I'm
them
used to
out,
playing,
so.
there's only one person that really kind of gets recognized for stuff. And
Shots fired.
her name's on several. Her
Shots-
name's on several things.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Very cool though. Man, there's so much to look into and explore. Ooh, sounds
Yeah.
nice.
Devote was very proud of this fountain.
It's a very cool fountain.
It's a very nice fountain. Yeah.
Very nice fountain. And then we designed the church.
Ooh, got the cam out front. Nice.
So this, I used a 1-for-1 reference photo of. Oh fuck you!
So 1-for-1 reference photo. Fuck you. Roger that.
Sorry. Sorry.
Righty then.
Righty then.
Righty then.
Not appropriate.
It was just so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. See, you made her cry again.
What do you mean? I hope that nun shows up right in his face. Yeah.
Nah, it's an echo.
Yeah, I tried to go up there too.
I think it's an echo. Unless it's a teriyaki.
You know,
it's not an echo.
it's a really solid observation. Somehow the ghost just continually finds you and just pops right up in your face.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know.
Good, and so here's I think why it scares me so bad and why I'm always caught off guard. A lot of times I spend more time in the engine looking at stuff where there's no ghost, right? I'm
Right.
putting bowls down, making pet bowls. You
Well,
know,
I
I'm
think
not
it's a good sign if the
interacting with
game
it.
that you work on is scaring you. I think that's probably a good sign.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
it's good.
great.
I like it a lot.
So good. Fuck, I don't know where the ghost is, guys.
I don't know.
There's
I mean,
no ghost. We win.
All right,
we
cool.
beat the other side.
I dig.
I
Yeah,
really don't
we
know where
did it.
is. There's no lights on. Oh! Wow, Baron, you're really good at this game.
There's a line over. It's over here.
And it's flickery doodling.
she
Is it hunting?
I think she's.
No, it's fine.
Wait, we have freezing temps? Lights are on, it's not an echo, it's not a weeby gomble. It's not a teriuxuk. It manifested, it's not a strigoi. Throw all your stuff down, oh god! Oh fuck! Don't do that! Oh no.
Run!
It's not a wraith?
It's all right.
I'm running. I'm running.
Stop it. Stop, Ghosty.
Oh.
You're doing good, Baron. You did good.
Oh, he forgot to say please.
He did so good. Baron, you did great.
Yeah, it's not a boot.
I spritzed him and I photoed him. All right, we're good.
Fine. I'm gonna take his holy water and
Sure it's not hunting again. Let's see if he comes back, and if he does come back, what happens? Just watch from a distance. Each map has a specific ghost model. Each map. The ghosts have lore that tie them together. Yeah, I can see
I
that.
don't know, guys. I use deductive reasoning. Oh,
Oh, he fell down again.
Hey.
Hey, big guy. BK.
Yeah, I looked over and one of those kids threw a cue ball at my head.
Oh, those bastards. Hey, now what if I told you that there was bad news to be had?
Bullshit.
Where do we go? I don't know where to go. I'm just running.
Oh. It's all right. You can let me hold on to it. It's okay.
Fun Iblis. Oh no!
Oh no!
No, Barrett!
Why?
Your lights on! Your lights on!
You gotta.
Baron, look out
I
again.
couldn't have done shit! Oh look, the ghost is leaving. She killed him, she's done.
She's out of here. She said, F this. I'm done. All right. Any idea what it is?
I'm between a Tantalus and a Shura, but I'm not too sure about it, you know?
Aw.
Aw.
I mean, he kind of deserved everything that just happened.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more, you know?
Yeah. Sitting in the afterlife.
Oh yeah, wait, you can wait. Baron, where are you?
Oh yeah. I haven't heard this.
Baron!
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Baron!
I can't see you. Everything is so bright out here.
That's okay. Can you sing us a song?
Hey. Flash, there's another ghost here. The name is Bubba.
Wait, just say their name. Wait, did you say you're talking to Bubba?
No, Bubba needs none. Not him.
I'm so glad he's dead. I'm so glad he's dead.
Fuck, that was good. I'm hanging up on you.
Good. Hang up on him.
Isn't that that's
Here, I'll talk to him real quick. Hey, Baron.
Hey.
Hey, I've been meaning to talk to you about something.
Yeah, what is it?
Nothing.
I'm going Tantalus. I have no reason to go Tantalus. I'm going Tantalus.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I've got the ghosty mark.
I'm between
Okay.
Tershura and Tantalus, but you know I'm pretty bad at this game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He didn't say Bubba. He said Bofa. It's just so hard to
Bofa, he's
understand him.
nuts.
Son of a bitch. It's cool that you can hear the player though through the spirit box. That's cool. That was something that I've asked for, suggested in Phaz. Look at that. Nice.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm a professional.
You know what? I'm storing that
But I'm
photo of
not
Baron's
bad.
dead body next to my footsies. That's right.
Wow.
But yeah,
After
anyway, guys, I have
willingly,
to.
I gave my life
What?
and I took Butterfingers and I never even got to enjoy a Butterfinger.
No. Twice.
That's what it said. It said
Twice.
Butterfingers. And I ate
It offered me Butterfingers, and it never gave me Butterfingers.
and I never got them.
I haven't had a
The
Butterfinger
irony
in
of
forever.
that is the Butterfingers could have saved you that time by making your headlamp fall off. Because you love leaving your headlamp on.
It's crazy that 2 people made
It's your
all this.
favorite.
That's a lot of work.
Because I'm sorry, but I thought that one of my other 2 teammates that had spray bottles would also, I don't know, just use the
Is he
spray
talking about us?
bottle.
I don't know. See, I
Yeah,
ran
I'm talking
away.
about. Okay.
So,
I didn't even have a spray
You know
bottle
what?
on me.
You know what?
I took
You know what?
his.
oh, he's gonna go blow the house up.
No, it's.
He's gonna
it's
go blow
fine.
the house up. Watch. Ready. Incoming in 3, 2, 1. Yep, there it is. There it is. And you know, he
Yeah.
wonders.
A
He's like, yeah,
progress
Flash
report
hasn't
sent
invited
back
me
to
over
the
to his
house.
house. I wonder why.
Good luck getting the deposit back now.
Get all that char off the wall.
Yeah.
No! I'm never gonna financially recover from this.
Yeah. And I took a shit on the carpet.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
God damn it, Baron.
Wait,
God
before
damn
or
it,
after?
You promised we weren't gonna do that again.
Well, it was before. So that's
I
why
wanted to
wasn't
heat
there
it
to
up,
begin
so
with.
I went and
I
dropped
had to
it.
cover up the evidence.
Guys, I'm gonna hop on out of here. I
Yeah,
got some work I gotta get
same.
done.
Thank you for
But
showing
it
us
was super
around,
fun playing
friend.
with you
I
guys.
appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We'll do
no,
it again
thank you,
sometime.
thank
Of course.
Have a
Yes,
good night,
please.
guys.
Bye, Freds.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Oh my God. They're so funny. All right, let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. They've added a lot of stuff. They have added a lot of stuff to the game. So it's going to take a lot more digging. What's the bunny look like? I already left. We'll have to go back in. Not right now, but like we'll go back. We'll play again very soon. Maybe we can get Mr. Chingus to join us on another night. Could be possibles. Oh, Retro Rewind had an update too. Oh, did it? Did they finally add the thing to fix the tapes? Wham, wham, wham. Dev update in April, celebrating 1 month. Repair desk update is out now. Ah, I appreciate you, Mr. Song. Yeah, they have a repair desk now. There's a sidewalk sign, backstore storage, which I thought, although these features were added in previous patch, we never officially mentioned them. Okay, I was about to say, I do remember that. I was very confused. I was like, I remember that being there. New decorations. There's a disco ball. There's lights, different display. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then 3 new releases added. Maybe we'll have to give it another look-see doodle. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Well, thank you so much, friend, for showing us around. I appreciate you. I seriously have no idea how I did not know that you were one of the developers. I know that you played the shit out of the game, but I don't know how I didn't know that. We learn something new every day. Can you play with non-friends, like get paired? I think so. I'm pretty sure when I went to go join a lobby, I thought that there was a public like lobby thing, but maybe not. Yes, you can. Okay. Yeah. I thought you could. What was the deal with the bunny? I saw, well, it's from the Easter stuff. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot to dive into, which is a good thing. Cause I mean, you saw how much customization there was. Tons. All right. Let me make sure that nobody can come over here, cause we're going to be raiding out. It is after midnight. It is almost 12:30 a.m. for me. There we go. Okay. Let's go find someone to raid, friends. I appreciate you guys. Mr. Critter. I hope the stream's been good, dude. We have raised over $8,000 for St. Jude. We officially have the balloons up that I've wanted to put up that are now up. So when we reach 9,000, I will pop another balloon, and it could be anything. So tonight I did a gross soda wheel, and I did a spicy bean boozled. So good times. I keep having a cough. I'm so sorry. So once we reach 9,000, we'll do another balloon. And once we reach 10, then I'm going to add a 12-hour stream to the schedule. Hopefully, probably this month. I'd say probably this month. This Friday, I'm not going to be streaming. This Friday, I will not be because the wife and I will be going away for a bit. And then I might stream Monday, maybe, but there's a possibility I'm not. So we'll see what's going to, well, so Friday, Sunday, I will not be streaming. Monday, we'll see what's going on. I'm not sure yet. Alex or Landon? Alex. Yeah, it's Alex's birthday today. Yeah. We've already done his little shindig. We've already done his little like gathering of friends and all that stuff, but it's his official birthday. But it was just in the middle of the week. So like there's not much he could do. Yeah. May and June are very heavy birthdays around my house. And then mine's in December. Yeah. Yeah. Chelsea, thank you for the 30 months, friend. Thank you guys for the follows today. I appreciate you. Thank you for sticking around. Technically, it's today that we're going to get the Alan Wake update. So I'm excited to see what it's about. I'm very much excited. It's all birthdays for the fam other than your correct, which I like mine being separated. I just don't like that it's a week away from Christmas. I've never kind of liked that. Yeah. May's big in your house too. I'll thank you, friend. I'll make sure to let him know. Thank you. Okie Odokie. Give me a second. Let me sneak the peek to figure out who's doing what. Oh, you know what? I know where we can go. Hold on. Never mind. We're not going there. I was going to go somewhere and I'm like, oh, never mind. They're literally finishing their stream. That would have been perfect. So sorry I didn't mute. I'm assuming that the update is going to be around like 7 a.m. Eastern, but I'm not 100% on that. I don't know if they actually officially said that. Let me go take a look. Maybe somebody already asked that question. I don't know. I don't see anything. I'm just guessing. So we'll see. I kind of hope it's a little bit after that because then that way I can go live whenever it's starting. But we'll see. Isaiah, hello, friend. But yeah, we're going to end it on the tubes and the geeks so we can go raid. Thank you, friends. Thank you for sticking around, hanging out, watching the other side. Haven't played it in a freaking long time. Thank you, Necro. Bro, it is so warm in my room right now. All right, let's... This is what happens when I go late. Yeah, definitely a huge shout out to the devs for them for being here and for showing us around. Like I said, I had no idea that she was one of the devs. No clue. I don't know how, man. I do not know how. Yeah, Cobalt, that's what I was thinking of doing. I was thinking about doing that anyway. I had a friendo that was on that was playing, but they are no longer playing, but that's okay. We can raid somebody else. Let's see. Let's see who is live. Gosh darn it. Let's see this person's stream. Twitch? Hello? There we go. Okay. Okay, they've been live for like 35 minutes, so I'd say that's a solid plan. That Flash guy's streaming. Dude, Baron, there's a lot, man. There's a lot to be had. It's a lot to figure out, learn, customize, adjust. But yeah, they've added a lot of stuff ever since I first tried this game when it first came out. So we're going to have to give it a revisit, man. We're going to have to get a crew together and have not somebody that's a professional that knows a lot and then us stumble our way through the game. I think that's the plan. Guys, thank you for all of the donos today to St. Jude. Thank you guys for all the subs and the biddies. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's go raid. If you're a follower, the first one's for you. If you're a sub, the next one's for you. Tier 3s, that's for you. We're going to go raid somebody that's playing the other side. I've never met this person before. Ultima, I'm good, friend. I can't stop coughing. Thank you, Mr. Rafa. Appreciate you, friend. But you guys are amazing. I love you guys. Thank you so much. The Discord is in chat. So are the rest of the socials. All the things. They basically just started. So this is perfect timing. Perfect timing. All right. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. I will see you hopefully at 7 a.m. for some Phasmophobia Alan Wake collab stuff. So we'll see what's going on. Love you guys. Bye.